Excuse me for a quick second.
Echo
Dag.
line.
1,000 nigga. No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.
All right.
That was 10 whole seconds, Marco. You asked for one.
All right. I got you.
SoundCloud music.
All right, man, and welcome back to the place where nothing is safe. You should know this by now. This is episode 141, like the shot of Bacardi of the Jig Is Up podcast. You know me. I'm your host, yoitsmarco, and I'm with...
It's your guy, M-Eezi.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
It's your girl, Miss Nessa, a.k.a. Blazing Mommy.
And we got a guest in the building with us. We got normal ass Karl of the Grown Folks Business podcast. What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
You
good?
Good.
He has a.
Y'all had to look at each other
a-
real quick. Hey, are we
He
good?
has a great voice presence on
He has
his
a
joint.
very great Barry White.
And you know it's
voice,
crazy.
you know?
Like you say that, and like I've been around my peoples for so long that like no one says anything to me about it. But then like when I do now, I've been doing more podcasts, and everybody's like, "Oh, you really sound like you're not doing no edits or nothing." I'm like, "Nah, that's me. Like that's
Right.
That's really how I sound." So, oh baby, can't get enough of your love.
Oh, see, there you go, man. About to serenade them out here. Hope listeners spike up because of that.
Nah, that's all good. Hey, you know, that's the thing though. We always want more listeners though. That's real. Like I feel you on that one.
Yeah. More listeners, more, just attention. I guess that's how we are as artists. At the end of the day, we're artists. We're recording. We're giving out content to people because it's fun. But, eventually we want to have a crowd and spread our influence, our philosophy, and the way we view life with other people who agree with us or disagree with us.
Right.
Because that's the fun part when people disagree.
Right.
They show up, give you hate comment, or show up to your live show telling you, hey, I got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah,
and
that's real.
They be keeping that energy.
But see, how long y'all been at this for? What, 3 years now?
Next
It'll be,
month will be
next
3
month it'll be
years.
3 years.
So then, year one is where you probably got the most criticism. You think that people at least stepped up to you in your close circle?
Nah, man, it's crazy because we'll have like some ghost listeners. So like the ghost, I don't know if you ever encountered one.
Nah.
So, like, okay, a ghost
Explain
listener,
it to me at least, and I'll probably be like, yeah.
A ghost listener would be like someone you wouldn't suspect who listened to your podcast.
Oh, yeah, all
and
the
they'll
time.
hit you, and then they'll hit you with
Right.
the man. What you said on that? And you like, oh, I didn't know you were listening.
Nah, you're right. Because he's told a story about his African friend. He sure enough ran up on him last week. Was like, hey, man, was you trying to insinuate I'm gay? And I was like, oh, man, I didn't think bro would listen or even understand because he sounds just like Coming to America.
Oh yeah.
Like he dead ass.
So he hit him with the it's just you.
See, look at me. Yeah, exactly. Nah.
That's stupid.
But yeah, man. Yeah, we definitely get those ghost listeners though, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. So how's everyone feeling this MLK weekend?
I'm solid.
Solid?
Yeah,
Good.
hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one. But yeah, man, for as far as like the grown folks business, how did you coin the term for your, for the title, or how did it all came about?
I had a feeling that you was gonna ask me that. So on the ride here, I was like, man, when did we start? Because like me, when I was in college, like I'm a big Joe Budden fan.
Oh yeah.
Like even before the podcast, like
Yeah.
I listen to all the mood musics, like all that. That was
Mood
my
music
all the
3 is the
freestyles.
best.
all that. I believe that to be true too. So 3 is my favorite, my absolute favorite. And I like his last album he put out because the last 6 or 7 he put out were trash to me. The last 6 or 7 years, I mean. Yeah, because Joe sounds way better when he's miserable.
So question, when he said he was better than M this entire decade, was that
He was wrong.
he was wrong?
He was wrong.
Okay.
He was wrong because Pillhead Joe is trash. Like,
Yeah.
like when he was on pills and stuff, and
Yeah,
he was with
yeah.
that young chick.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what kind of
Oh,
stuff is this?
what was it? Caitlyn.
Caitlyn Garcia.
Hey, she was-
Garcia,
hey,
yeah.
She fine.
She
She
fired.
fixed her. Hey, she fixed her
fine.
teeth though.
Yeah.
She did fix her teeth.
That's when you got the bag. When they
Yeah.
start fixing their teeth, like what's
Cause
bad?
she was on
baby?
Love and Hip Hop, man.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram, you'll see you be like, God damn! But when you saw her on Love and Hip Hop, she had the alpaca teeth, and you were like, oh,
Stupid. Yeah, ever since she fixed her teeth, is she like
Don't
Latina?
say she the pastor.
She's like
Yeah.
Latina.
yeah.
She
told me she black nigga, she Afro Latina.
Afro Latina. Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
Sin,
started
you
looking at
black
her
too.
like
Yeah,
she
Sin
kind of like
black
the
too.
Afro Latina Marilyn Monroe to me.
Marilyn Monroe.
I'm like, damn, she's super bad. Like
Yeah.
she don't even got to be outrageously thick or nothing crazy.
No. See, and I think that's the misconception. Like, yeah, niggas love ass, but you don't need like a ginormous ass. I mean, for me, it's just like as long as it's proportional to your body and have a little tail, a little stick, something like the Andre 3000 said, just a little tail on her. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I like it when it's yours though. Don't be out here putting that plastic in you. You know what I
Don't put
mean?
the plastic.
Yeah, I need you
Not
to.
the fix a flat.
I
None of
need
that.
you to look like your
Fix
mom.
it flat.
I need your mom's collard greens in there, man. I don't need nothing else.
From the soul.
Nah, but to answer your question, man, how it all came about was like I used to watch Joe Budden TV, and then I listened to his podcast before it was even where it's at now. I don't want to give him too much shine, but then I was sitting in there. Me and Cease, we worked together, and we used to sit in the office together maybe like 2 years ago. And we was just sitting there when we listened to podcasts and stuff, and I was like, bro, we could do this. Like, I mean, the
Same.
difference is between like doing something and not doing it is the act of actually actively doing it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I was like, man, let me just research it. So
Yeah.
I mean, I was sitting there thinking of the name, and we would just be there typing, and I'd be like, hey, what about I can't think of nothing. I can't throw out no trash ass name right now, but I'd say something. He might not said that's a terrible name, and then one day I was like, grown folks business. And he was like, "Oh, that got a ring to it." And then y'all in the game, you go look and see if there's any other podcasts that's named the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nah, this is it."
Yeah.
And I think there is other ones, but it was trash. And it wasn't
See, that's what you
Same
gotta
thing
do.
happened to us.
That's
Same
what
happened to us.
that's what you gotta do because
Yep.
we did the same thing. We researched and we were like, "Oh, them niggas quit at episode 8. Fuck them."
And we're going to take that. Yeah, we're going. And
We
look,
take-
3 years later, y'all still rocking.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, fuck it. Like they gotta go through us.
Yeah, that's real. My question is, and this is the podcasts that I listen to, they're very, or the people that I know that do podcasts and the podcasts I listen to, they're very male driven. So how'd y'all come up with saying, hey, we're going to have, a female personality on the show?
That was
That's Marco right
that was my idea, my little genius marketing out.
That's smart, though. Yeah.
No, because I felt there was a woman presence that was needed. I didn't want it to have it too male dominated.
Too much
Yeah.
testosterone.
Too much testosterone. But the funny thing about Nessa, she's of course she's a woman,
guys.
Right.
and at times she do get criticized by other women calling her a female chauvinist.
Yeah.
But she's like one of the females that's one of the guys.
Yeah.
Like she could still she could talk. We talk about everything. I'm pretty sure you heard our show
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Which is funny. I'm gonna let you finish that, but I'm gonna comment on something that one of you guys said on one of your episodes. But go ahead.
Oh, shit. I
Ooh,
hate when
flames.
hey, people run up to you and be like, remember when you said this and you don't remember what you
Yeah.
said? You just in the moment? Yeah.
What was episode number? No, I'm just playing.
We do that with each other. Like Marco tell me I said something. I was like, I said that?
Exactly.
And then he was like, "Yeah, that sounds like something I might
Yeah.
say."
It's like, damn, yeah, that happens, and I think that's what happens. On a tangent, that's what happened with rappers too. They don't remember every verse they ever
Yeah.
written or ever recited. So I
Even
mean,
Mariah Carey.
that's what happens.
Right.
Did I say that?
I write those lyrics. I don't even remember putting that in there.
But yeah, having Nessa on the show was I thought it was a good move on my behalf, just to, bring the balance out, have get an insight on women.
Yeah.
Because
So you've been here from the beginning?
Pretty much episode 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you from the beginning. That's cool.
episode 2.
They're going to cut you a nice check when they get it, so you good.
Yeah, when we get it. You gotta put that in your-
Unless she
Yeah,
get
I
it
like
first.
that. And she-
Remember, we
I'ma
put you
break
on
y'all
too.
but it was funny how I heard about you guys through Cease. We were at the Barber Festival.
Yeah,
And
okay.
he came up and he was like, "Oh, y'all, the Jig Is Up."
That made
Yeah,
my
we-
day.
Yeah, like we kind of pulled back like,
He was
you
like,
know
"Oh,
us?
he was like, y'all, I'm a subscriber." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Came
cool.
up, gave his business
Yeah,
card
gave the
real
business
smooth
card,
with it.
yeah.
Yeah, man. He's the man with the wishbone legs and the fast mouth, man. That dude-
Oh,
That's
wow.
the guy right
That's
there.
a shot right there.
Oh, all day. all day on his helmet, all day. No shame either. But yeah, man, he told me about y'all. So like, I remember the first time I even like listened to y'all. I was on my way to Arizona. I think it was during the summertime, and I was like, shit, we got like a 5-hour drive. So I was like, let me go ahead and put this on, and I listened to y'all. And then I listened to some other podcasts too. And I was like, man, I'm going to just keep checking in with them. You know what I mean? Because everybody got a rotation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll be catching in. I think before this last episode y'all put out, the one I heard before that, and I listened to the segment y'all was talking about AIDS and stuff like that. That one had me crying.
Really?
Yeah, all the little side jokes y'all had on there when y'all did that little segment had me dying. That and whose ass was hurting in the last episode?
This guy.
I had my elbow. I'm a Cossacks, man.
There you go. I ain't gonna lie, I was checking on everybody's walk like. All right,
I went to the chiropractor, man. I'm feeling a lot better.
That's good, man. That's good. That's
When you're 30 and wash, man, you better make sure you invest in.
You got to stretch and everything.
Gotta make sure your ass is good.
I know. My girl talked about if we want to go horseback riding in Mexico. I'm thinking like, oh shit.
Hey, that would definitely re-injure yourself right there if you don't be riding horses like that.
Yep. I probably had to giddy up a little bit, just. You know. Like, I'm not trying to get on the saddle too much.
Yeah, I hear that. Oh, you said you had a point you was gonna make. I'm sorry. I'm really good at bringing it back.
She's patiently waiting.
Okay, 50.
Well, first of all, I want to say congrats on your guys' 1 year mark.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
because it's a milestone, and you know we always have this conversation about consistency.
Yeah,
and that not really being a thing here in San Diego. So it's dope to see that.
But let's get to the shit.
All right, here we go.
So, on the affiliate episode.
Okay,
I think it was.
I know the title. Give me the discussion. I forgot.
Okay. So who was it that was giving the example about women biting off more than they can chew on a date?
Women biting off more than they can. That was probably me. That sounded like something that I would say. She said, "Yeah."
No, because I'm trying to think of the voice, and it does sound like yours.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
So, your example was when you're saying, like, I guess the example you gave was like if a woman was like, "Oh," because when I first heard it, I'm like, biting off. Like I was questioning it just like your other co-host, and then I guess you said that if she were to be like, "Oh, let's go shooting," and you just
yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me. 'Cause now when you use that example, I remember. What I said was like, okay, now I really remember the conversation. What I was talking about was like women wanting to experience things or do things just because it like maybe seems cool. Let me make sure I frame it, get into the mindset that I was in. Like, for example, the shooting one you said, like, if you're afraid of guns, like, we not going to the shooting range for a date then, because the first thing I think about is like, well, if she drop it, I'm not really an excellent marksman. You know what I mean? You drop it, it hit me or whatever, and then it's like, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm in the back. Or like, hey, I want to go skydiving or something. It's like, you afraid of heights, like something like that. Like if you biting off a little more than you could chew, okay, cool. I know like people want to experience new things, and there's nothing wrong with experiencing new things, but it's like, all right, well, stay in your lane or at least build up to that.
Yeah.
Let's go. Like you went paintballing. I remember that vividly.
Because I was going to bring that up. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be listening. Don't worry. The streets is watching.
Oh shit.
But it's like, yo, try something like that first, and then see, like, all right, I'm cool. And the reason why I say that is because, like, me and my girl, like, one of our first dates, we went out, we went shooting and stuff, and she's in there, holding a gun and just shaking. And I was like, man, if she shoot this, I don't want her to be on the gram shooting it. I'm taking this photo and they come back and hit her in the face.
Yeah.
And I gotta post it because it's funny.
Oh my gosh.
You're not gonna edit that?
Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there.
You know what? That
hopefully Sway the remix guy, go ahead and remix.
Yeah.
Also, that is a defense mechanism because if she said you hit me, I was like, no, I didn't hit you.
I got it.
I did not put my hands on you whatsoever.
I'm 10 feet away.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm posting it.
You stupid.
Of course I'm posting it. You crazy?
I keep it in the chamber.
Yeah.
You said what? You said what?
I did what?
Finger over the button over.
Right.
2 seconds away.
Go ahead.
Like,
Set this bitch off right now.
No, so okay, well, I guess you pretty much.
But was I off a little bit? Or
well, no,
what do you think?
because when I first initially heard it, the first thing I thought about was like, well, I've actually suggested doing that with this dude that I fuck with right now. I was like, oh, on Groupon, it's on sale. Let's try it. We haven't gone yet, but But the fact that when you said that, I was just like, well, maybe not all women, but some women actually really do want to do shit like that.
Right.
You
I think
know?
the space I was from, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. That's all right with me. Was coming from like you were interested in that based off of what you're saying. So like for me, it would be like if your dude said something like, "Let's go do something," and you're like, "Well, that's not really on my radar." Are you doing it because? Well, start correcting me on this, but are you doing it because you want to, do it with him and experience with him because that's what he wants to do? You know what I mean? But would you put yourself in harm's way or do something that you wouldn't actually like doing? You know what I mean? Just to say like, all right, well, I'm doing it for that person. If you kind of get what I'm saying right now.
No, yeah. Like after, because when she said that, she brought up a good point, and I was like, okay, I guess when she put it in that perspective, you kind of were just like.
Let me backtrack.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, okay, I kind of get what you said. I even got in trouble with my own girl about that. So she
Trust
He knows
me,
about
I
that.
know all about getting in trouble with your girl when the record button is off.
You a different dude. You go as Marco here, man, but you know when you get home, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, but I thought it would have been dope if Star was here to have another female presence. Because
That
I
would've been
mean, don't
great.
get me wrong, like I enjoy being the female voice, of the crew. But
That's nothing. We're gonna have Star on here.
Damn, there we go. Or you come with us. I mean, that's cool.
Oh,
with us,
there
too.
you go.
I'm with it. I'm
I always
with
wanted
all
to
of
see
it.
what it was like because I think for us, we've had like other women on our show and stuff like that. But I think like we're all close in age. We're all the same skin color. I don't think we had nothing like that yet. Where it's going to look like one of your auntie's wine parties and she let her two
Right.
male friends in there.
Man.
So, yeah.
I wish you were here for one of our Insecure
Oh, my
recap
gosh.
episodes, especially for season 2.
We had a whole group
Yeah.
chat.
Oh man,
Hey, yo,
we had a whole group
What's your
chat.
thoughts on Issa? Is she a good representation of the black woman right now? At
Or
least?
for like millennial women, like
I think that's the
like
yeah.
struggling millennial women.
Yeah,
I think she
driving
Yeah.
Uber, working a
I
regular
think
job.
she makes
and
That's
stuff.
she
me.
makes real she makes a very very believable depiction of the struggling millennial woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any city,
believe so.
pretty much any city, not just like Los Angeles or New York, or like she's such a believable character.
Yeah.
Flaws and all.
Lawrence
know,
too.
yeah.
Lawrence, I see myself with Lawrence. I had a whole face.
Man, don't tell
Let's not get started. This team Lawrence over here.
me. Lawrence Hive all the way.
Lawrence Hive
Lawrence
sitting
Hive.
right
Lawrence
here,
Hive,
right
for
before your
real.
eyes.
That's funny.
We represent.
Lawrence is my guy, man. That's crazy.
Lawrence out here was slaying him, but my thing was I was upset that he had to be the sacrificial lamb out of every fucking character on Insecure. He had to get the STD.
Yeah. But it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some hoe ass friends. You be like, man, why wasn't it you, man? You
And
know
they-
what
yeah,
I mean?
they
Why would it
the
be
one-
Chad? Well,
Yeah.
Chad did catch something too, right? I think he talked about
He
it.
probably did. But and we all got a friend like that too that don't give a shit about nothing. Just like, bro, you just living life. Just wake up and go.
Yep, and they slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
Don't catch
All
nothing.
the time.
You do something bad one time, like fuck it, I'm gonna be like this one time.
Yeah. Single
That's
Marco,
God. That's
Single
God.
Marco was rolling
Right.
the on the crap table a couple of nights.
Like you say, that's guy like stay in your lane, young fella.
Oh man, that's funny.
You know
Oh.
that's bad. You know when you got to go to the bathroom, you nervous.
Is it coming?
True story, bro.
Is it me?
True story.
Man.
Man, all
I
right.
did have one of them moments, man.
Bruh.
18, bro. 18. Girl
A
called me
long
up.
time ago.
She's
Oh,
like,
wait, you always got to put
Right.
out that disclaimer
Well,
on
that's
here.
all-
Yeah, this is what we do when we
When we
got
talk
ladies.
about-
Nah, it's all cool.
Long
I'm the
time
unsafe
ago.
person on our podcast, so y'all got the right dude today. You know what I mean? See, sometimes you got to catch him on the right day.
I
and-
thought Cease would be the one who'd be more excited to get unsafe, but we'll see.
you catch him in the right space. You
Catch
know what
him
I
in the
mean?
right space.
Yeah,
Okay.
for real.
Okay.
I think the fun part would be seeing get Chris Starr unsafe.
Yeah, if you get her unsafe and really tap in, I'd be like, man, that's great.
I mean, we
I've been trying to do that for
I
you.
mean, like, shout outs to Brandy J. We had her on the show.
There
we
She
go.
was about to get unsafe. Her stuff was right there.
It's
Yes.
cool. Earmuffs.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Same movements and all.
Oh man, he's probably in awe looking at everything that y'all got here. So it's like, yo, I don't even hear what she's saying right now.
What?
Right.
Oh man.
Oh, all right, man. We'll go ahead. Move it along, man. I think that was a good warm up, good introduction to get things going. Of course, we're gonna start off with the Nothing is Safe. I think it's the first Nothing is Safe segment of 2019.
Yep.
Yeah,
It is.
It is the first Nothing is Safe of 2019, and let's go ahead and get it started. All right, I have two for you guys. First, nothing to say. I just want to talk about the 10-year challenge. Now, it appears that the 10-year challenge seems to be a harmless, lighthearted thing on social media. But before you think it is, there's a lot of people speculating that there's something sinister behind it. And there are theories about risking your privacy, of updating your facial recognition, because, you know, within 10 years, you could grow a beard, you could have lost weight, you could have gained more weight, and the streets or the CIA or the feds still need to keep on tabs on you. So so that's one thing. But there was an argument saying that it could be a good thing for facial recognition, for like missing children and finding them, and easy to recognize them if they were ever to be taken a picture of, Big Brother's watching and all that stuff. But the one thing that caught me a little off guard was about determining the facial recognition, determining your aging process, how you age compared to your within the same age group. Like, so like how you look compared to other 35-year-old people. And they will use that. They'll determine, you know, from the wrinkles and all that in your face to determine what kind of health insurance you'll get. That was the crazy thing about it. And if you look mad sickly, no health insurance from you. Yeah, man, that's like trash. one of the things. So I just want to ask you guys: is this an evil plan, or is it just made up by conspiracy theories, or is just another way for advertisers to gain data from us? Or are you guys having fun with the 10-year challenge?
I haven't posted mine yet, but I thought about posting mine. I just haven't found the right picture. I'm just like, man, people do throwback Thursdays, flashback Fridays all the time. I
got all the right pictures. It's just the picture in the mirror ain't correct yet. I gotta get that one right.
That's funny.
Well, you got a whole year.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm like, oh, okay, 10-year challenge. I got all year to get that straight.
It's the first quarter. Man, I mean, but shit, based off of what you saying though, like people do throwback Thursdays, but I hate when people do throwback Thursday and it was yesterday. Like, bro, that's not a throwback.
Oh my gosh.
Like that was yesterday, B.
2
like,
months ago.
Yeah. I want to see you with the baby hair. But I don't know. I think we do live in everything is data. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, even with y'all running this podcast and us doing ours, it's like we run data. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody's trying to constantly look for information. So I imagine that, you know, what they doing right here, that's definitely, you know, data gathering. I believe in conspiracy theories. I think some of them are based in truth.
Especially like our phones are picking up the conversation and when you scroll down Facebook, it's like, what? Copyright?
Easily.
What?
Copyright, right?
What are you trying to tell me, Facebook?
I already know. That's that bull, man. That's why I never put my full name on anything, man. I put fake names or birthdays, all that, man.
Fake names, birthdays,
all that.
I wasn't born on June 5th. Oh well.
What's your name, Terrence? I look like a Terrence, so that's me.
All right, man. Anything else?
Because there's two challenges actually going on, right? Because before I saw the 10-year challenge, it was your first profile pic on Facebook.
I ain't doing that. I didn't even recognize that one. And I broke the rules. I didn't do 10. I did a 9.
You good.
I stayed woke.
You good.
He said I stayed
Did you have a beard 9 years ago?
Hell nah.
Nah.
Yeah, the ice picks?
Huh?
Yeah, the ice picks. I think I just make it a little thin right here when you.
No, I had a thin goatee. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you
on your Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, pretty much. So so I had to let him know, like, look, a baby face can grow a beard somewhat.
What you call it? I know it's like off topic, low key, but yeah. So when you had sent me something on Cash App.
Yeah.
And I see your picture. I had to like do a double take. I'm like, who this? Who this?
I look like a fuckboy.
Yeah.
You had a double edge up on some stretchy socks.
The double edge. Not the double edge up.
Yeah, the double edge up. Oh man.
The double edge up with the 3 stripes on your eye.
Oh, yeah. And the star earrings.
Yeah.
The whole ear was
with
great.
the scrunch socks with the
the long thin sideburn.
There you go.
Looking like B2K.
Long at big, like with extra large
with the
t-shirts.
side hand prayer picture. Picture on MySpace.
Airbrush t-shirts.
Oh man.
Yeah. Or the hand on the chin, like I'm thinking.
And do y'all
like
think
you're a
about
damn
that?
philosopher.
Y'all think about how much like style has changed in the
Oh,
last
yeah,
10 years? Like that's
definitely.
the number one thing I think about. I looked at how unbelievably big my cups were in my jeans like 10 years ago. And like all the New York fitteds and stuff like I used to wear and everything. I'm like, man, that's trash. Now you can't tell who's a gang member. Everybody wears top jacket.
I know it's easy to spot them out now. Like, it seems like games are on covert ops. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
man.
now you see them shopping at Forever 21 too.
With a scarf on.
Yeah.
And a
Right.
jean jacket.
Hell no.
You're like, man, how you doing? What's up, blood? Still thinking. What? What? Oh, man. I just said, what's up, brother? I just said, what's up, man?
Don't let this manicure fool you. I still got hands.
Right.
I still got my writers right here, huh?
The Franklins.
Yeah, and then when they announced the B2K concert, and everybody just thought about what they wore back in the day. When
Oh,
they
Air
was
Force
listening
Ones
to-
are sold out.
Mm.
They're gonna get a back order of them.
I hated them so much.
I
Air
love
Forces?
me
You like
Air
Air Force Ones?
Forces.
No, I'm talking about B2K. I love Air Force. I love Air Force. B2K, I could not stand them. That's when light skinned brothers, y'all was in, man. Y'all was in.
I don't even count
Man.
as light skin.
You brown skin caramel. You
Wait a
good?
minute, Omarion was running the show, so like,
Man.
He definitely
Raz
wasn't
B
light
was a throwaway, and Lil Fizz was like hella soft. So like,
It's
You
all
said
about
Raz B
J
was a
Bug.
throwaway?
J Bug.
It was a throwaway.
I had never seen any chick like back on my MySpace days that had Raz B. Like, oh, I'm checking for Raz B.
Yeah, Raz B
Either
was the
it
last one.
It was either
J-Bug?
J-Bug,
Yeah.
Omarion, and Fizz was the third out. Raz B, like, he didn't even exist.
He was
That's the wrong
space
order.
filler.
But it was Omarion first. Then
That was
J-Bug.
No,
no,
J-Bug.
no.
First J-Bug. You
Omarion
heard
was
me?
third. He didn't become first until he
What?
became
Until
solo.
he went solo.
Hey, yeah, I didn't.
I had to hear it in bitches from his mouth. Like, I was like, "What about Omarion?" They be like, "He all right.
cool.
Yeah, he's all right."
He got nice braids.
Right.
The straight backs.
Straight back.
Oh man! Shout outs to B2K. They're
With the
keeping
drawn-in
all their
hairlines.
they're keeping all their R. Kelly written songs for the tour, and then after they're done, they're gonna retire.
Well, because you
them.
got to think about it.
They gotta get their bag
You got to
first.
think about it. If they decided to do that now,
No tour.
nobody. There's no tour. They got cancel it right now.
I mean, how many songs did he write for them?
all the hit songs, pretty much.
I know. What Bada Boom? Because that little Pied Piper sound in the background. I'm like, there you go, calling the
he
little
did.
girls.
He did the girlfriend remix. Did he do? He did Bump Bump Up. No.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
That sounds like some shit he would do too. Like you gotta go back and listen to his shit and be like, man, you nasty. Like, we liked it, but you know,
we liked it, but
it's
you know.
Me Too now, brother. You can't be doing that.
Ooh,
That's Me Too now.
The Me Too movement.
Oh, the
Gotta
Me
be
Too
careful on these streets, man.
movement.
You gotta teach our young men not to be fucking creeps.
Yeah,
You gotta teach them how
you don't
to.
be a
real.
Weinstein.
You gotta learn how to. I think we need to just mold the younger generation of men to learn how to take rejection in stride. If they learn how to take rejection in stride, you wouldn't have to be worrying about drugging anybody or shooting up sorority houses or feeling, making a girl feel obligated to give it up because you are a certain status or you're giving her things or you're doing other favors for her.
Yeah.
I think as long as we teach them how to take rejection in stride, we won't have to worry about any of those other things.
Well, also to be aware of things that will get
Yeah.
them caught up.
Yeah.
Because some females are foul. So
Yeah.
Each person
Cry
is
wolf.
different. I think that's the scary part. Like if I was in the game, like right now, it was like,
It's a scary game.
how do you approach somebody? You know what I mean? Because like some women may like the aggressiveness in you, and then others might be turned off completely by it. It's like, how do I do this now? You know what I mean? That's the one thing that I think about.
yeah, like me and Marco, we always will take the passive approach. Like, I'm not finna make a move unless you show me you want that move.
Yeah.
And I've heard a girl try to call me gay. Marco.
Yeah, my girl said if I didn't make that move, I would have been gay.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing, how women be like, you didn't want all this.
Like,
I
What do you
did,
do?
yeah.
He's like, yeah, of course, I'll knock the bottom out, but look.
Went home and
I'm
rubbed
not-
one
I'm
out.
trying to be
Came back the next
yeah,
day.
I rubbed one out before the date, so I won't be too tense.
Exactly.
Right.
I was
Maybe
cool.
2 for a good measure.
my
Shit.
gosh.
Then I'm hella extra
Hey,
relaxed.
don't do it twice. Drink 3 shots of Henny and come back and just not be able to, get your stuff right.
Oh,
Right, right.
You
Straight
be
up.
done. You be done.
Whiskey dick. Oh. Lord Jesus.
Yeah, and then what was it? Did you guys see the whole what's her name? B Simone. She did she always does her little videos and stuff.
Nasty B Simone? She nasty or who?
Baby boy.
The comedian.
Girl. Okay, it's another girl I'm talking.
Let's get right to it.
Older chick. She a comedian.
Oh.
Some more. Short hair.
Oh
real
yeah, I know who you're
Soul
talking
Plane.
about. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
She's nasty in a good way.
No, so she did. I think it was when the whole Me Too thing was like popping or whatever, and this guy was talking about it, and he showed one of her videos, and she was talking about that, like, she met up with a dude, and then the dude was like didn't want to like do nothing with her and
Be respectful. And
yeah,
stuff
he was
like
being
that.
respectful, and she was just like, she pretty much
Oh yeah, I remember the video.
You seen that
she said,
video?
"Who raised you, a nun?"
yeah.
Right to it.
Yeah, so and then
You don't have to don't respect me.
yeah, so and then I know she would like, obviously she did that video way before then, but it's just, sometimes with guys they're just like, I don't know what to do now. Like, do I not?
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's like,
Shit.
well, there's more aggressive dudes though. I've seen some like
No,
aggressive
yeah.
ass shit in my day. Like,
yeah.
I sit there like, nigga, I'm trying to leave. Like, I don't know what you doing. But
Yeah.
they calling the law.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not
outta
associated with this
Yeah.
dude right here.
Oh man, he was talking to her like, get down or lay down. I was like,
Hello?
this is not state property, brother. Like,
Who you beat? What you about to do?
oh man.
Motherfuckers out here busting Louis C.K. on bitches. You know what I mean? Whip a jack off and see what happens.
Wait a
Yo.
minute. So let me ask y'all this then, since this is still nothing to say.
Oh, that's
all right, cool. All right, I just
Always.
want to make sure. All right,
That's
wanna make-
the
everybody
motto.
can answer. Do y'all ask in the past, or even with your current, person right now that y'all with, like, hey, can we have sex like beforehand each time?
No,
Nah.
especially if my girl now she wants to fuck.
Have you ever asked it before?
No, I never had to ask.
Yeah, because I feel like it's just kind of. What about you? You try to shy away.
No, wait, can you ask it again?
Has anyone ever asked you like, is it cool if we have sex right now?
No.
That's kind of corny.
That's weird as hell.
That's pretty corny.
But that's the thing that they're saying. Like, that's the way that I feel like they're advertising it, is the way you're supposed to do it. But I feel like it takes the mystery. Like, we all like the mystery,
Yeah.
in terms of like relations with people. Like, where is this going to go? I don't know. You don't respect the process then. But then when you look back on it, if you guys end up getting married or having a long-term relationship or whatever, you respect that. It's like, man, I didn't know what was going on with this. We were just going by the seat of our pants. And it's like now with this movement, from a man's point of view, from my own point of view at least, it's like, well, damn, like, what is the right moves? And we're sitting here questioning ourselves and not really living. But it's like, at the same time, we know how far not to take it, but then there's still that area of gray. You know what I mean?
Because I was gonna start a hashtag called Your Turn.
Your turn.
for all the females that's doing this YouTube movement, you need to adapt your turn now. So you're gonna have to make all the moves and make do all that and get it in.
Shoot your
you
shot.
getting on top. All of that, like fuck
Open
you.
my door.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a chastity around my shit. And if you want it, you got to get the key to get it out.
Oh, hell.
Oh, man.
Can never be too.
That's
Can't
funny.
be too careful
That's
around
funny,
the streets.
man.
But my second nothing to say segment. I don't know how to introduce this one. His name is Ed Buck, and he likes to.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that's a real dude.
Yes.
Okay.
So Ed Buck
So
is
it's not just from Kill Bill.
You know what? He has a lot of Tarantino references.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Ed Buck is a well-known progressive who donates his money to the Democratic Party. The LGBTQ community. Very progressive guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is the second time a black man has been found dead in his residence in West Hollywood.
I heard about this a little bit.
Yeah, so apparently Buck has a thing. I was about to mention the Tarantino references. Okay, so one, of course, is his name, Buck, and that is from Kill Bill. The other one is that since there were two black men found dead, he's holding a dead nigga storage.
What the hell, bro?
You get it?
Yeah.
And then maybe three because he likes to get his Z on.
Tell him where the dead nigga storage come from.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when Phil Lamar's character got
Phil
his
Lamar.
head? Phil Lamar's
And
character
he's in
got
the
his head
backseat?
blown off. He got his head blown off, and he
Yeah.
took him to Quentin's house, and he was like, "Does my house look like that nigga storage to you?"
I had to revisit that movie. Only thing I can think, Samuel's in that movie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Jules and
He had that
John
nasty ass
Travolta?
curl. He had
John
that nasty
Travolta.
ass Jerry curl. Huh?
yeah. What Marcellus Wallace look like?
Does he look like a bitch?
And then the third one is Zed, because Zed was the guy who liked to fuck black men. He actually, he
The one that
Ving
got
Rhames.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah. So yeah, Ed Buck is a living embodiment of Tarantino movies going on out in these streets.
He's not in jail or nothing right now.
No, of course he's not in jail.
Does he drive a
Jail?
pussy wagon?
Jail? You're talking about motherfuckers doing time for crime?
Oh man,
That jail? For white people? White people in jail?
that ain't happening. That
What?
ain't-
Stupid.
Wait a minute. So what was this story then about old dude being dead? Or are you gonna get to that point?
Oh,
My
I'm
bad.
gonna get to it.
Okay, all right. I ain't trying to
Well,
rush
I'm
you
just
there. I
trying
got
to
hella questions now. I want to join in. I'm like, man, this shit kind of interesting.
So it seems that he has a fetish for black men, gay and bisexual black men at that. It seems like a predatorial type of thing because he picks up on these type of black men who are down on their luck. Either they were fresh out of jail, who had some homosexual experiences, or he actually flies some of them out to
They
come.
getting flued out.
Yeah,
huh?
he's flying them out like IG thoughts out here.
Nessa.
He got a penny for it about.
Hey.
Yeah, damn.
And so yeah, there's like two black people, and actually one person survived. It could have been three. He got out of there, of course.
Wait, when you say got out, he got a chamber?
I don't know what it is.
Wait a minute. So the first dude, when did he die?
Like 18 months ago,
Oh shit, that's
and
too
then the
recent.
second dude, I think it's still fresh. It's still
So the
like
third dude,
the third dude survived. He got out of there.
he prevented himself from getting paralyzed.
I don't know
He
because
put the
because Ed
cotton
Buck
from the chair in his ear.
probably he probably put the cotton in his ear.
Hey.
Oh man.
And like grabbed something and bashed the head, and he took off.
As soon as he seen the flash, get out.
He was like, "Oh shit!"
Sink it to the floor now.
And the thing is,
man.
like the dude Ed Buck, like allegedly has like methamphetamine, all kinds of drugs and shit in his house, and he be having these black men come through and have his way with them.
Rich white men are the nastiest on this planet. Like for real.
And
Yeah.
the Democratic Party is trying to sweep it under the rug and not trying to address it as much. And they're not accepting any of his money anymore.
They ain't doing that at all.
So I mean, Ed Buck out in these streets, man. So if you ain't out there in West Hollywood and you're a gay and bisexual black man, watch your ass, literally,
Protect your booty.
because this dude's out
No
here.
shit. That's crazy.
This dude out here. But
Booty
yeah,
hole.
of course, yeah. Is he going to jail? No. Is he on trial?
So the dude
No.
died how? Like overdose?
Probably like a drug overdose.
Oh, he Bill Cosby and people, man. That's
He out
nuts,
here
man.
being Bill Cosby, R. Kelly.
You want a glass of wine? It's like, brother, don't drink the wine. Don't do it. That's crazy.
He's busting the Bandersnatch.
Okay.
He put the acid in the fucking tea after you said
man.
no. Yo, man.
He
Ed
Next thing you
Buck.
know,
told him the truth.
Well, shit. When I said yes when he asked for the acid, because I said just fuck it.
But yeah, man. But yeah, what are y'all thoughts on this after hearing just like this little bit of this information about Ed Buck, man?
I just feel like this shit.
Not
happens.
many people are talking about it either.
Yeah.
So I'm
Honestly not familiar with Ed Buck that much. like
Yeah,
that,
I'm not
so.
either.
Yeah.
But I just feel. I mean, I know that shit like that happens all the time, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was. You said it was because this is the second.
Yeah, this is the second body turned up in his apartment.
Was he there?
Yeah.
He called it in?
I don't know who called it
See,
in.
shit like that I need to know that they probably
Yeah.
won't even let you see the police report because,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Somebody's going to pick up on it, though.
That's liberal racism, man. I keep telling you on my show, watch out for these liberals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they be
these white
getting there.
liberals, man. Don't think that they're all allies, nigga. Nah, man.
They just like black booty. Literally,
Yeah,
man.
'cause
Fetishizing
remember-
black
yeah, I
men and
support.
shit.
Remember when I was
100%.
at the fitness
Yeah,
expo?
black asses, man. I mean, Black Lives Matter.
Remember when I was
Black
at the
asses.
fitness expo? The guy was like, "Oh yeah, are you stressed?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, because you're a black woman living in." I'm like, "Hello."
Right.
Nah,
reach
because
to
I
an extra
fucking I don't get that much sleep, and work is really
Exactly.
crazy right now. What the fuck?
It's like, yeah,
Hey, he tried it,
what I'm
though.
saying.
He tried it.
Yeah.
He
You
tried
think that
it.
you're dodging bullets from cops and shit,
Right.
or you going on to all these marches and you're just dehydrated from shouting and yelling, and he just wanted to be the white savior to come
Oh
in.
man!
Yeah.
Now if he head patted like right in front of you, like man, I just know like, it's stressful out here, man.
You're like, my scalp itches. Don't worry, I got some hot oil for you right here.
That's
Yeah.
I got some coconut oil for your scalp.
Yo, cultural appropriation is real, man. I was up in fucking Riverside yesterday, man, and I was playing golf, and it's like, well, you know, like right when you get
You
it.
was playing golf?
Yeah, I play golf every week.
So
bro.
you
That's
doing
what's
some
up.
cultural appropriation?
Oh yeah, all day long.
do.
Nah, but here's the thing though. I'm at this really nice ass like country club, you know, yesterday.
Oh shit, you got in.
I'm gonna tell you where it's at though. It's, my boy, he got the little money. He live up in North County, so we get in on those places. But like, you know, when you're going to Temecula or whatever, and then you see a golf course right when you get over the hill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So we went and played right there.
Okay.
So you know where we at, and you know it's a nice affluent white area.
Yeah,
so this dude comes up, white dude, you know, he was cool, and I'm listening to the music he playing Cash Rules everything around me.
Cream, huh?
Well, I mean, Wu-Tang is for
Wu-Tang.
everybody.
Yeah, but this looked like white boy Rick, like uncle. Like,
Yeah.
White boy Rick's uncle.
And then my boy was like, man, I wouldn't be surprised if his wife was black. like,
Right.
like he looked just like somebody you would find like maybe out in the outskirts of El Cajon, and he was listening to all he had on Tony.
Okay, see,
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Not, yeah.
Okay.
He went into the crates for that
All
one. He
four
went
of us was
searching.
playing golf, looking like, you know, like I was like Martin Luther King dreamed for this.
Yeah.
Like he
Be
did.
careful.
You
That's
know?
how he lures you in.
Yeah, for real.
It's like Bird Box. You know what I
Man.
mean? You got a Bird Box
Stupid.
challenge. and shit.
Bird Box challenge.
I got Tony.
You
Oh,
want to
yeah?
get out the boat?
No! Don't move your blindfold.
Oh man, that was crazy, man. So I was just thinking about that, just in terms of like our culture is like very, very. It's appealing to people.
Influential.
It is
Sure.
like, and then
Yeah.
like right when we're talking about all this, I'm like, man, rap is the new pop. Like it's popular culture right now. Like everything we do and stuff like that, you know, people want to relate to us somehow. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. And so even with my dude, that's the black booty snatcher and stuff like that, he's got an
The black
aphrodisiac
booty
for that,
bandit.
man. That's crazy, man.
You could do this the easy way or the hard way.
They want our culture, but never our
Stupid.
struggles though. That's the
Yep.
that's the funny
Say
part,
that
man.
all
That's
the
how it
time.
goes
Of course.
down.
Man.
Paul Mooney said it best. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga.
Straight
Word
up.
to Paul
Oh
Mooney.
man.
But yeah, man, that was it for my Nothing to Safe segment. Just, you know, shit, ain't nothing safe out in these streets. That's all I can say, man. Just watch out. All right. You guys want to take a quick little break, or you want to get into the NSA? Because I got to take a whiz.
Go ahead and take your whiz.
All
I'm gonna need all y'all for this one.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back.
right.
We'll go ahead. Nessa, your NSA of 2019, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get it started. We'll get that beatbox eating music on deck. Shout outs to K-Mart.
Damn, son, where do you find this? This the Jig Is Up podcast with Nessa's Service Master.
It's the best part.
He was putting his heart,
And
soul,
so,
and saliva.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's gurgling now. Pause. Oh man. Yeah, he was running out.
He was like,
he's running out.
I guess what he was doing to his girl. Like, look, baby, I'm running out of tricks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you ain't coming now, then I don't know what to tell you.
It's been 2 hours.
I'm getting lockjaw and
2
shit.
It's
hours.
starting to look like you got out the shower after an hour. You know how you get that prune look? Never mind.
Yeah.
We out. We out.
Have you
Senior
ever
citizen fingers.
have you ever had your jaw hurt from sucking on your girl's titty too long?
Nah.
I never sucked on a titty that
No,
long.
you trying to revert back to being young again, man. Oh man, that's funny.
I see it like you were saying, like going down for a minute, but
Yeah, that's
sucking
what I thought he was
sucking
gonna
on a
say.
tit on her titty for
You
that
ain't
long.
even got to use a jaw.
Hey,
You just try to catch the titty while she's on top of you. So you playing and it's like missing. So you looking mad retarded.
Oh shit!
I know it already. I already know. That's a true story. I've done that before.
So you know what I'm thinking? So know what I'm saying, man?
Oh my god!
You get a little
You a fool
lockjaw.
for that one. That's crazy.
You get a little lockjaw, but you do get lockjaw if you beat your girl out too long. So,
Yo.
fellas, you need to be more efficient. You gotta know how to like get that done in like 15 minutes to get her out of there. You know what I mean?
Oh man!
If you go there too long, man, shit.
I don't know.
You know.
I'd rather you not. Like, I'd prefer, like, if I was laying on my back to get my titty sucked, not the other way around, because that's... And then you try to get it, you accidentally bite the shit out. Nah.
Yo, y'all forgetting the best part. Your neck be hurting trying to hold up.
Right.
Like, man, at least me, I got big ass shoulders, so my neck just listen, we gonna
You
switch.
got the wrestler neck, though.
We got to switch. And I do. I've
bridging
embraced
on
it
it.
now. You know, I look in the mirror, I got like a small ass neck in my mind, but it ain't happening.
He said
now.
in my mind.
In my mind, I got a small ass neck, but yeah.
Oh,
That's
man.
funny as hell.
All right, Nessa, go ahead and kick it off before we go on to more tangents.
All right. What's up, y'all? First NSA of 2019. I'm going to label this what a boy wants, what a boy needs.
Oh no.
On some Christian Aguilera type shit.
What? Christina Aguilera, right?
It's her song is What a Girl Wants.
What a girl needs.
Yes.
I think she was
B2K did that too,
I
right?
was trying to make it the male version.
Oh.
But it's not really about boys,
Or-
it's about men.
Or hit him with the DMX in reverse.
What these bitches will.
Oh, what these niggas want for some bitches.
Or that. I don't know when I was writing it, the first thing I was like, what a girl want. I don't know.
Hey, it's
I
your
don't know.
segment.
When you said it, I thought of the B2K song. What a girl.
What a
wants.
girl want. I mean, wait, is it what a girl want?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Whatever works.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, it is. It is actually.
It is your segment.
Right.
All right, y'all. It's 2019, and as ladies, for the most part, what I've been seeing, what I've been hearing, we're eating better, we're saying our affirmations, we're speaking things into existence, making our vision boards. We trying to manifest our best lives, right? But one of the most common things that I've been seeing or hearing people say, well, single women, I should say, is that all they need is a man, want, whatever. Okay, so then you get you a man, and then now what? You brag to your friends, you post on social media for others to put couple goals in your freaking comments, and then once you pass the honeymoon phase, then, you start, both men and women, you start unraveling your, true selves, so to speak, because you're comfortable, right? So I put a post out on social media. Some of you guys have seen it. And okay. Let me back it up. So I saw this post in one of the Facebook groups, and it was just like a ton of people like commenting. And I was like, let me skim through and see what these guys are talking about. So I'm like, okay, I've heard some of these things before. But I was like, let me take it to my, I don't want to say circle, but whatever, like to my peoples and see what these guys think. I'm sure they're going to have some of the same things, but whatever. So with that being said, let me see if you're ready. Story time.
Stories
All right.
by Nessa.
So, okay. What made me think about reposting this, so to speak, was because so there's a situation where, the dude that I mess with, he was going out of town, he was going on vacation, and I had asked him, oh, what time, are you going to the airport? Like, do you need a ride? And he's like, well, I'm leaving my flight's at 6 a.m, so I have to leave at 4 or whatever. And for those that don't know, I do Lyft. So I was just like, all right, well, I'll take you. Because my thing is, and I've always been like that when it's my people's, I'm like, why you going to pay a whole ass stranger when you can pay me, Dad? No, I'm just kidding. No, but I do it for free. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. No worries, So he was like, okay. And then the day before, he was just like, oh, never mind. It's cool because I'm going to I'm just gonna take a Uber. And I'm just like, you know what, whatever. And he was like, well, it's just so early in the morning, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm just like, whatever, right? So then he comes back tonight, actually, and I had hit him up this morning, and I was like, oh, let me know if you need a ride and blah blah blah. So then he responds, he's like, oh, no, thank you, but I appreciate it. I say, you know what? This motherfucker probably hiding something. He hiding something. He don't want me to come to the house, you know? So what the fuck did I tell him? So I was just like, I said that straight up. I was like, all right. I was like, obviously you're hiding something, but it's all good. You know, chunked up the deuce, whatever.
The deuce hurts. It hurts us. The deuce hurts.
So then excuse me. This was last night.
That was last night?
Yes, this was last night. So this was last
y'all
night.
still actively fighting?
No.
Okay.
So last night, you know, I went to sleep, whatever. I woke up and didn't even check my things. So I'm like, I know he's gonna respond. Obviously, the time difference. Yeah. You know, so I'm like, I don't feel like seeing this, so I'm not gonna respond. So I'm going on about my day, and then he hits me with a text. Check your snap.
Whoa, little spice on that. Check your snap.
Not even good morning. Check your snap.
Because we were talking on Snap because he had posted something on Snap and I responded to that. So we created dialogue on Snap, but we normally
it doesn't transfer to other mediums. Like if what you said on Snap, you like, you know what, let's just take this to text instead of taking the text, taking the Facebook Messenger. Y'all never like hop on different mediums like that?
Yeah, sometimes. But like I said, that particular time it was on there and I hit him on that. So I guess he responded, but you could see that it wasn't open. So he probably was just like, well, I ain't gonna retype it again. Bitch, read your fucking shit, So I'm like, okay, let me see what this motherfucker say. And then he was just like, well, obviously somebody's in their feelings. He's like, I have nothing to hide. He's like, so actually you could come swoop me up if you need to. But the reason why I said never mind was because his homeboy was supposed to pick him up. So then I responded back and I was like, you ain't got no friends. You ain't got no friends. And this is real shit. He ain't got no friends. So if you coming back at an early time, he lands at like 8:50. So I'm just like thinking, if you ain't got no friends, you gonna really pay some motherfucker? Because last time his excuse was like, oh, it's too early in the morning. Now what you gotta say, So that's why I, kind of snapped back. So then I felt bad because I was just like, oh, okay, well, if you got something to, because he said his boy was gonna pick him up because they had something to do after, and I was like, okay, well, if you want your boy to still pick you up, then okay, just have him pick you up. Like I was just saying, I'm readily available. But anyways, that whole story, I said all that to say this. Lots of times we as women can jump to conclusions.
You don't say.
Not to say men don't either, but as women, and I could admit, obviously I gave y'all a fucking example that just happened last night. So I felt that it was fitting that I had reposted that post, right? So I can go back and forth and talk about what people posted, which I will, but I want to hear what you guys say. And I say this because all of you guys are obviously in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And proud to be.
Yeah.
Happy relationship.
Faithful black man.
Faithful
blah,
black
blah,
man.
blah.
Raise your hand higher, fool.
Hashtag
That's how your girl talk to you. Raise your hand higher. Y'all in a relationship.
Right.
Hashtag black men don't cheat.
Oh my God.
Faithful men community. Karl like
Now.
Right.
Now.
That scumbag life.
Smut life.
Hey, the cool thing though is like now that I'm like older, I'm at least honest with her, like how I wasn't honest with other women.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said I'm least honest.
No.
I'm like,
no.
wait, like you're less honest with her?
I'm
What the
honest
fuck?
with her. Like, sometimes I'd be like, shit,
Case
I'm a
by
little
case.
too honest though. Sometimes that shit come back and bite you.
You're like, damn, I want to fucking share that girl.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that wild like that. If you tell her about your old body, she be like, oh yeah, you fucked her. Remember that? You remember that? You told me. I was like, yeah, don't bring that back.
Right.
But,
Why you talking about old stuff?
and I say that that because there's sometimes like as women we'll see a post and we're just like, oh yeah, that's me, and not to put her on blast, but your girl Marco, like sometimes she'll send me like little memes that she sends you as well, and then she's like, oh, this is me or whatever, and I'm just like, so it's like we
Marco looked like he didn't even know that was going on. He said, keep going.
Right.
Yeah, shit. Spill the tea. Yeah, go ahead.
That's crazy.
So anyways, yeah, so I want to hear what you guys as men want us women, and believe me, I'm gonna get to the women too, not on this segment because it's about you guys right now. What is it that you guys want for us women to do to, I guess, maintain? Because we don't, I mean, it's one thing to get us, but like being in the relationship and having us maintain a great relationship, like what is it that you guys want us to do more of? Ladies, listen up.
Shit, you'll get niggas in trouble.
Which one of y'all will go first?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Because they're going to hit us with the timestamp.
Nah, you know what? I'll go ahead. I'm normally the one that says the wild shit. So I think for me personally, it's like women would be more logical.
Yes,
bruh.
And the hard part is, it's like somebody sitting there like listening to us right now, like, well, based on your logic, well, shit, if we together because we like specific traits about each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like if I go out and I'm doing something or whatever that I've been doing since I've been with you, you know what I mean, and my patterns don't change up or whatever, then it's like, all right, maybe a year and a half, 2 years later, I'm still doing the same shit if I've been doing that. Like, think logically, like. Now, for you, like, if your dude, like, a year from now, and he like, yo, it's too early, I want you to pick. Hey, he always been like that. You know what but, I don't know if it's still fresh with you, but for me, I just wish.
Let's not talk about that.
I got you. I got you. But I just wish, like, just the logic came in. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't even think of certain situations without, like, trying to, incriminate myself when she hear this, because she gonna listen. So it's like, but
yeah, it's too late.
but I tell her
at least she can't see the reactions from me. Shit, right?
But I tell her that.
I just told her myself.
Shit, we went to Balboa Park Saturday, and I tell her, like, I'm like, man, listen, there's probably like 3 things you do that like really peeve me. But I was like, yo, like real shit, like I just wish like you would just put things into perspective a little better. But then I also told her the other day. I mean, I also told her today. I was like, well, shit, if you were like how I am, you'd probably piss me off. Like, I'm an arranger. That's like one of my things. Like, shit's got to be like this, and if it goes astray or whatever, then cool. But if somebody else is like, you need to do this, and this, I'm all right. Hold up, I'm a man. I do my own shit. Like, you know what I mean? Don't tell me. So I feel like we complement each other in that. So. On the flip side, getting on men, it's like, yo, you gotta learn to like really work with your girl and be a partner where you lack, you know what I mean, she picks you up, and where she lacks, you pick her up, you know what I mean. I think that's where we're really hurting at. So look, I softened the blow a little bit.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, that's I like that.
Would you guys say that some of the stuff that, I mean, I'm gonna let y'all finish, but do you think that some of the stuff that you guys are saying, or that other men, I'm gonna read some of the stuff that the other men had said, like, is like a double standard?
What other men would say could be a double standard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because that kind of sounds like like what you were saying, like, oh, I'm this, but then if it was the other way around, I wouldn't fuck with it. So
yeah, but I feel like dudes would be fucking sick. Like half the shit that we do and get away with. I mean, I'm older now, and it's like I got people that I knew like back in the day that would like do some foul shit to their chick or whatever, and then they chick do the same thing and they all up in arms. But it's like, nah, brother, she forgave you for the shit you was doing. You know what I mean?
I'll be like, bruh, did you just like totally forget your shit?
Yeah.
Man, but she, nigga.
No, but
she was talking to a nigga. She wasn't fucking him. You know what I mean? Like, you out here fucking these chicks, bro. You gotta relax. I know, man. But
or maybe she was just fucking them niggas. She'll get right back.
I knew you was gonna say some shit like that.
Niggas be sick when they hear that. And when we hear that shit, you be sick. You like, man.
And then you be a glutton for punishment. You be like, man, was he bigger?
No.
You sucked his dick?
Don't. Those are not.
Did he make you
questions to
come?
ask.
Oh man, let me see what his shoes look like.
How tall was he?
You got big hands.
Air Forces.
You fucked the nigga with Air Forces?
Those are the cocaine whites.
How could you?
He was light skinned.
Oh yeah, that'd make me sick. I'd be fucking sick. I'd be sick. Oh,
You know, I
man.
really said it to see if Marco would catch it.
Oh, yeah, I'd be sick. Like, nigga look like Steph Curry. Oh my God. So you not fucking with James Harden. You fucking with Curry right now. I see you. All right, I see you.
That's the Draco on that one. Oh, man.
And don't let him be as big as like Boogie Cousins or something. And you want to be buff and stuff. Like, hey man, hey. Oh, my fault, dog. Hey, listen, you know what? Shit, she gonna be free at 5:30, man.
Right.
I just play.
Free agent.
They're like, oh, she's yours now. You know, like, hey.
Oh, you fucked that nigga? Oh, you knew
Yeah,
what you was doing.
yeah.
You knew what you was
Fuck
doing.
you.
do what you want. You know, I'll chalk that up. You know, that's
Oh,
fine.
man.
You
So
know.
that nigga lifting weights at the beach.
Aw, bar star.
Not trying to fuck
Oh,
with him.
That
no.
nigga was doing muscle ups. And I'm talking about strict muscle ups. He didn't do the kip ones.
Doing push-ups with his index finger.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Love and
With her
joy.
sitting on his back.
All right. My thing for me, and next to logic, and something what you did earlier, is for women to admit when they're wrong.
That's what
That
I was.
was
Gonna, that's what I was gonna say right now.
I was trying to think of, and I'm glad you said it. It's like you never admit when you're wrong, but you're right.
I'm right about them not admitting that they're wrong.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, that's what I want. I would want women to say, you know what I did was fucked up. That was fucked up, or, you know, babe, you were right. Nah, you ain't hearing that, because even though they're wrong, they're gonna find a way to justify their wrongdoing and still blame it on you. That right there gets under my fucking
Grind your
skin.
gear.
You like, she'll say something like, see, but if you didn't answer, if you just would have answered your phone, you wouldn't be having this problem. Like it would revert back to you. It's like, why did you cuss me out in public in front of all these people? He was like, well, if you answered your phone, this wouldn't happen.
I was eating lunch and I left it at the desk. Well, why you eat lunch at that time?
Why'd you wait till then?
That's my
You knew
break.
I was gonna call you up.
After 4 hours, that's when I have my break.
Yeah.
Like, you know my schedule.
You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't
You made the
say
sandwich.
it as calm. I mean, I
No,
told
I'm
you
trying-
many times my schedule.
No, I-
This is some fucking bullshit.
He ain't lying either.
Nah, trust me, it takes a lot for me to get pissed off. But when I get pissed off,
That's like, yo,
Yeah.
either I'm yelling really loud, or you're not hearing or seeing from me for a few days.
but that makes
You
me
gonna get
think,
both from me.
Because
It's like it'd be as
hell nah.
you know, easy as snapping a toothpick. Man, what the fuck? I ain't talking to you for a couple days. Fuck that.
my man's Joe said in the lyrics one time, he said, women will provoke you and get mad when it works. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, why are you yelling right now? Like, man, like I've been sitting here chilling for the last hour and a half.
Yeah.
Picking at me right now.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
yell for
And
2
the-
minutes, and all of
the
a
thing
sudden,
is, they know what button to push, how to push it, and when to push it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's why your mom's green beans is nasty.
What? You talking about my mom's green beans?
You know, hey, yo, even like when you were saying it, you was like, shit, I'm about to just go about my day. I felt his pain. I was like, shit, it was probably like 11 o'clock. Brother was like, she ain't gonna even text me good morning tonight. See if I'm safe. I felt hurt for him. I was like, damn.
Damn, she might be talking to another nigga right now.
Nah, don't do that.
That's when he was like, check
do
your
that.
snap. Check your snap.
IG story and
He was
shit.
probably thinking, he was like, well, hold on, no, fuck that.
Exactly.
Fuck that. Check your snap.
About to explain myself.
I'm gonna
Did
check
it
her.
last night.
I'm gonna look at her snap map. Where is she?
her snap.
Oh, man.
Hey, that's also
Look
stalker
up her
shit, yo.
location.
So we got,
So you wouldn't do that? Look up nobody's location?
Nah.
All right.
for everybody change
bet.
up.
I bet. Bet. You ain't look. Okay, bet.
Let his friend not pick him up for some reason. Hey, turn on your location real quick. Stop playing.
Or this is the killer right here. This is the killer. It always cracks me up. When if you're out with your boys, right? If you're not answering the phone and she got your boy's number, guess who she's calling?
Yeah, that ain't happening though. I got my boy's number. And she don't even follow him on IG or nothing. I don't do that.
Oh man, if she has any access to your best friend, she's calling him.
Damn.
Hey, where that nigga at?
Like let it be me.
Why he ain't
my
answering
phone
the phone?
ringing, and it's for him. I'm like, Or I'll leave them.
Y'all both be watching it ring out.
Hey, somebody trying to call you, bro.
Somebody
trying to call you, and I just show them the name. Like, look.
Oh man.
Yo, you gotta call her.
Have you ever been through somebody's phone?
I
Nessa.
have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, but you know,
I've
y'all don't be feeling bad about it
phone.
until like after, if there's some logic to it.
No.
Uh-oh.
It happened
There
to
we
me
go.
twice.
This is the only reason why I'm gonna justify it. No, it's never okay. But
justification. Here we go.
No. He went through my phone. He went through my phone.
2 wrongs don't make a right, though.
I know, but this was like how many years ago? Anyway.
So you're doing a 10-year challenge on this.
So he went through my phone. He went through my phone first, and then it didn't happen right away. It was just fast forward. Our relationship got rocky, which it wasn't my fault. And women's intuition kicked in. So then I was just like, well, he felt comfortable enough to go through my phone, so I did it too.
Went through his. Did you find what you was looking for?
Yes.
Oh shit.
That's the same thing I said. That's the same thing I said to my girl when I went to the bathroom. I took a shower. She's like, I went through your phone. Like, did you find what you were looking for? She's like, yeah, nothing. Yeah.
Sit just later.
I told you it was IG going
Now,
on.
let me just take this towel off. You know what to do.
I'm gonna hop back in when we done too.
Because you gonna make me feel dirty after this.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's on you now. Go ahead, jump in the fire with us,
Come on,
brother.
Easy.
So y'all
walk on the hot coal.
Y'all done took everything. So I'm gonna say on top of admitting when you're wrong, using some logic, like consider everything before you start to go off.
Objectivity, right?
Yeah, like what the fuck? One more thing. What's the word? What's the word? Damn it! Hold on.
Some build up.
Figure out what the fuck you want to eat.
Yes.
I've seen this.
Yes.
I see this a lot.
I got a trick for that. Though. I got a trick for that. Go ahead though.
You got a trick for that?
Yeah.
We talked about this in episode 8.
It's like one of the things that
with
like,
Zach's freaking
Yo, I had my boy Zach. He was on the earlier episodes, and we talked about the same subject about what women deciding what they want to eat.
Yeah,
and that's the word, indecisiveness.
And he could if in the studio when he was talking about it, his neck was getting veiny, his forehead
like
was
an anime cartoon
pulsating. Man, he looked just like an anime cartoon.
He was hot.
He was just hot thinking about it. And I'm just like, yo, that drives any man crazy.
Yeah,
that's barring ethnicity or anything. It all across the board is universal. Women don't know what they want to eat, and that is like the greatest unsolved mystery when it's time to eat.
I just start naming off places.
Yeah,
and
process of elimination.
Yeah, and if she says like, "Oh, that's cool," I'm like, "Look at the menu real quick before we go there, online."
Yeah.
Right. Facts.
As soon as you look at the menu, or I choose somewhere where I know they got different things that she actually likes. Now, I don't mean it always works. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I was about to say.
100% of the time, it works. 75% of the time.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm in an intra-diet relationship. My girl, she likes to eat. She's an omnivore. I'm a vegan. So choosing like where to go and where to eat is a little challenging.
Shit, as long as they got lettuce, you get there, right?
I'm not eating romaine lettuce. The FDA ain't checking that shit. That or spinach. Other than that,
green
vegans are good.
Agreed. All right, there. Oh, you're a vegan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not doing a lot of things then. I got a homeboy that's like that, man.
Oh, trust me, I'm doing a lot.
He go to Taco Bell and he gets like the look at why your face changed. Like
I'll do a lot.
Was it Impossible?
Impossible burgers are lit.
For what is that?
It's a plant-based burger.
You
should try it.
I would try it.
Yeah, they got it at Swami's Cafe.
You know what the cool thing is? Now that you were saying that, I was thinking about that, and you going to the chiropractor and shit like that. Last episode y'all put out, it's like the older we get, it's like the shit that we thought was cool as young black men or whatever ain't even cool no more. And it's like, I see why white people like protect some of the shit they do.
Right.
I was like, yo, this shit fun.
Yeah.
Like I like tubing.
Sorry, really quick. Someone said Beyond Beef burgers.
Boom goes
are
the dynamite.
Oh, Beyond
Those are dynamite.
Beyond Beef is good.
What is Beyond Beef?
Beyond Beef is another meat substitute, plant-based meat substitute company. But personally, I think I like Impossible just a little bit more because it gave me that I felt like I was eating an actual burger.
Yeah.
And I tried it at Anthem Vegan. Mm-hmm. They had the Western burger because they usually do it with the Beyond Beef, with the Beyond Meat patty, but they do it with I tell them to switch the protein. Man, I was like, yo, this shit lit.
See, that's my thing, man.
And the homie Joe, he does the social media marketing for them, so... Hey,
that's what's up.
What's your preparation then? Like, you gotta think ahead of time, like what you're gonna eat for the day, or do you just have go-tos you stick to?
I got go-tos, and then all others failed produce. I'm getting grapes, bananas, strawberries, diced pineapple.
So I've been thinking about it. I listened to the Dame Dash interview last week, and he said some shit that I was like, oh, he been on his research.
Oh yeah,
he's like, y'all eating this beef and stuff like that, but you know what they've been eating, or the shits next to the the intestines and stuff like that. And I was like.
Facts.
I was like,
matter of fact, shout out to my old trainer, ODV, aka One Dope Vegan. I'm gonna have him on the show eventually.
There you go.
So we're gonna go ahead and have that talk about that.
Did that deep dive. Don't get it from me though. So I just want to ask you questions.
But yeah, indecisiveness. Like y'all need to calm that shit down, man.
Who's you pointing at?
He's pointing to the audience.
I was like, you pointed at me.
The camera,
pointing at the camera.
People.
That's another.
Don't take everything personal and shit. No, but
that's the other.
That
that was the other old school 10-year challenge pose. Tell me, no one in their entire existence ever took a picture like this.
Squatting down,
yeah.
Doing the point.
Or you point at your homie, like, but we don't know who the fuck that is.
Right.
My man's like, who is that? I don't know him.
Like, what's his name? Nah, man, that's my nigga.
That's why my name's Normal Ass Karl. They're like, who's that? I'm just Normal Ass Karl, bro. I just do a podcast. That's it.
I tell people off rip, hey, what'd you do? I'm a podcaster.
Yep, that's it.
Yo, speaking of which, my man's is funny because one, you got a double that goes to the same barbershop as you. I know you've seen him.
You got a double.
You got a double.
I got a double?
Yeah. And then when I seen him, right, when you eventually came up, I was like, man, I see you somewhere. He was like, probably. I was like, yo, full of shit. As soon as he shook K's hand, I was like, I know who this nigga is, man. He for the Jig Is Up, man. Oh my God, that was funny. You're a funny ass dude. He funny ass dude for that. Cause I was like, yo, I see you somewhere. He's like, probably. I was like, all right, man.
Hey man, just keep it humble in these streets, man. So
that's funny.
It's like, yeah, man, of course you seen me now. You probably have. Shit, I don't know.
I was gonna say it's probably old boy off of the Luke Cage show.
all my lookalikes, nigga off of Luke Cage.
Hey,
I look like motherfucker.
That nigga's spot on.
Oh man.
Insecure.
Insecure. Issa's new boyfriend.
Voice just different.
Voice is different.
Your beard grow a little different, so you Seth Curry.
What you guys seen his 10-year challenge, and I sent it to Natalie, and I was like, nah, because he said, he's like, can I play too? I said, nah, his 10-year challenge. I said, if he don't, I'm gonna need him to delete that photo
ASAP.
Yo, I remember, she follows Kendrick Sampson on IG. I was like, go figure, huh? You gonna follow Nathan from Insecure on your IG, huh?
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh, I just realized who she said you look like. That's fucked up. That fucked up. That nigga didn't know what he wanted to do with his life.
Yo, and tell me why that scene where he's like having the puppy eyes in front of her, she's all like, she's looking at me and looking at the screen at the same time. Like, why does that look so familiar?
Oh man.
I'm just like, fuck.
Yo, what other movies was he on or TV shows?
And then, of course, I get Michael Ealy sometimes. I even got that from Charlemagne when I met him.
Yep.
Like real shit. Like when I met Charlemagne, I had his book signing for Black Privilege. He was like, oh shit, you look like Michael Ealy.
He was about to dap you up. And you realized.
like, I'm about to be on the Breakfast Club?
Oh, man.
Brilliant Idiots?
Get me
What's
on there. Shit.
Man.
Should have shot your shot. Okay, so I'm going to read some of the guys' responses, and I know for the most part y'all are going to agree.
All right.
And at first, because like I said, men only, so I was really hoping no women were going to respond, and luckily no women did, Well, one did, but she's gay. So
okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
that was a wild disclaimer.
Right.
Well, because I just wanted to see if people were
love
really.
wins.
I just wanted to make
Like
sure
when we say
that.
gay, that she dresses up like a dude, or is she like
Yeah,
a femme?
she should I don't even
Like a stud?
Let's just say that her name was a female name and she changed it to a male name.
Okay,
So is she a trans man
I ain't gonna
or
guess.
a stud?
No, she's a stud. She's still. I want to say she still have womanly parts.
So like if a guy would try
Let me
to
see
get
the
at her,
photo
she'll
real
call. If
She'll
a guy
say
would,
that shit gay, dude.
yeah, if a guy would try to get at her, she'll call him gay, right?
Yeah.
She definitely uses like men's Old Spice to gel.
That's stupid.
Oh yeah, she look like she got a mean crossover too.
She can lay up with her left.
She shaves when
Switch
she doesn't
hands.
have to.
Y'all are so stupid. And then,
Not the barber saw. Oh,
And then
wait.
her name had an A at the end.
Oh, but that's her real last name?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
You was destined for greatness.
That's her real last name, and she just
She
took
put,
out
she put it out there in the world.
You might have to delete her so nobody go back and look at her.
Groom.
the A. Okay,
Put an
so
apostrophe S after the first name.
okay, so I'm not gonna announce everybody, but these are all for the most part San Diego basement. But shout out to Chad, one of our loyal listeners. He was the first one to respond, and it's for the most part. The guys that are responding have women in their lives, but some, I don't know. Or they just live in.
We got a disgruntled
multiple
community.
Right.
Complaining ass man. We should be like be happy.
Exactly.
So at first, like I said, I let all the guys talk, and I wasn't even gonna respond. I was just gonna read, but I actually went back and responded to each one, not counteracting anything for the most part. But like so for instance, for Chad, he said, "Be ready on time, know
That's a
where they
good
want to
one.
eat, obviously, and apologize when they're wrong." So
We're simple.
So my response was 2 out of 3, because obviously y'all know I never know where I want to eat. Someone followed up with, "Nah, we need all 3, just like y'all want everything." I'm like, damn.
Hey, I did, hey, you know that? You know that picture?
That's pettiness level, but at the same
Nah,
time,
those
we
are
gotta.
facts.
But we
'Cause
also
look.
we also have to show them an example. Like, hey, you can't get everything what you want.
That
you
don't
can
work.
you can have anything, but you can't have everything.
Marco, that don't work, man.
I know it don't work,
It
but
don't
we
work.
gotta lead by example. Dr.
gonna make
King
you- it's gonna
didn't
make
get
you insane.
assassinated for no apparent reason
It's gonna
for
make you
us to
insane.
believe in this dream that women can know what they want and actually settle for 2 out of 3 like men do.
Be more like Malcolm X.
Oh, by any means necessary, huh?
That's why he ain't got a holiday.
Like, look what happened. They both got shot, man.
Oh, man.
Damn. No, but
I mean, that's not. I wasn't laughing because of that.
no, right.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. But no, like, there's a meme out there. You know, like, I think it's a painted picture of
The world.
the black chick sitting
Oh,
there and
the-
the guy holding the world on his
Yeah, yeah.
back, and somebody the chick said, "You forgot the moon and the stars, nigga."
You forgot the universe, nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Don't forget Pluto too.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, I bet you that's factual, dude. Because my sister posted that. She was like, this is so me.
But
Oh, see, then you asked me, you had that talk to your sister. Like, look, if you want to have a happy marriage with your husband, and you know, like, don't do my brother-in-law like that. You know, just man
I'm gonna
code.
be on her, on her head or whatever. Like, hey, you need to fall back a little
You
bit.
gotta relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
Namaste.
and then so the next one was he's not married. He's engaged. He put, "Say what is on their mind when it's on their mind and not days later."
That's a big one right there. Factual. And say everything.
So I responded back and I put 2 weeks later, and I put, "I think it's funny that."
Oh, I hate when y'all do that passive aggressive shit. Like, you could just tell, like throughout the whole week, me and my girl, we were having our little differences, and I'm driving the car. We going to the gym, and she's not her lovey-dovey self, and she just like arms crossed. She's looking out the
You
window.
went from Bay to that nigga over there, huh?
Yeah.
Real fast.
Yeah. She was just looking out the window. I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, "No, she's not." No, she's not. And it's been
fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. No, she's
fine
not.
Makes me so sick. Oh my god. Go ahead though.
Translation: hell no, nigga, I'm not fine at all.
I ain't gonna front. I be like, I'm cool. That's my version of it. I'm cool.
salty face.
With the salty face.
Oh man, but yeah, man, I was, we were just having that conversation, and then, she'll hit me with a text. And there would be some long ranty texts, and hey babe, I'm being honest. Sometimes I had to put your text on silent so I could go to sleep.
Yeah.
Cause I be having work the next day, and she just typing a whole essay on me, and I'm just like, look,
I'm mad because you ain't responding.
And I'm just, hey, I gotta get my sleep. I gotta wake up. I got bills to pay.
You picked the wrong time to text.
Y'all live together?
Oh no, we don't live together.
Yeah. Why you said no? Hey, Nate.
No.
Because of that,
take that energy out, man.
If that were to happen,
she woke your ass up.
Oh, I ain't sleeping.
Yeah.
I might have to call in sick. Look, I ain't.
You ain't eating. You're not doing a lot of things. You ain't eating. Oh man.
She'll be like R. Kelly, mommy, can I eat? No.
You ain't eating shit.
Can't go to the bathroom either, nigga.
Nah.
There's a bucket right there in the corner.
Some puppy pads in there.
I feel like sometimes we as women do that because it's like we're trying to, I don't want to say develop a winning argument, so to speak, but I think just sometimes like at that moment it's like, I don't know, you just got to get your words right.
Okay, that can make sense.
It does make sense now that she says it like that, because
because you know what I was thinking.
When we run off at the mouth, they hold us to certain things too, though.
Yeah.
What was
you know what I was thinking?
What?
I feel like y'all would wait and do all that because, for me, from my personal experience,
disclaimer: it's not all women.
I feel like if I had an issue right in there and I try to say I'm getting all the, why you all mad? Like, what's wrong? Like why you being like that? You should chill out. They ain't trying to hear that shit. That's why they'll wait. That's why I'm like, because that's what I'm thinking. Like when they start to notice, when they know that they're about to act like that, the same thing that they would try to like flip on you, they will wait. Like, let me wait 2 weeks or something.
Oh,
we don't put no time
and they'll have that look on their face too. Like if they had to draw 4 on you on Uno. It's like, look, nigga, I got all my facts right. I got all my emotions in order. I'm about to blow this nigga the fuck up with this argument, and I don't see no way, no process of him winning this argument. I'm ready.
That's real.
And then, right. But then what we were talking about, when you wrong, that dude had that reverse card with the draw 4 and the draw 2 with it and the skip.
We ain't winning. We still ain't winning.
Still ain't winning.
Nah, we
still ain't winning.
You don't even want to win sometimes.
Table getting
you just
flipped.
want to be heard, though.
Yeah, table getting flipped, cars getting thrown.
So my thing is, sometimes with women, I always say, when it comes to like arguments and fights and stuff like that, is being right more important than your relationship? That's something that I think both men and women have to ask.
That's some bad shit you didn't
that
say
should
right
be an
there.
easy answer, though.
That should be Proverbs verse 36.
Right.
Chapter 6.
And yoitsmarco said.
That was pretty deep. Hey, is you being right worth us? Like, hey, that's some shit right there.
That goes both ways, though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That goes both ways.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, is being right more important than your relationship?
Keeping score.
Because, no one wants to go tit for tat. You keep score, and that breeds toxic shit. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to be in a toxic relationship. You just got off one. Just to hop into another one? Nah. We trying to build, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Takes
this one.
2, though.
I think this one ties into the last one, but it says stop holding on to old shit.
Oh, that's everybody though.
Yeah,
that's everybody. That's not just women.
Yeah.
Man, a girl will screenshot you who you double tapped on Instagram. Easy. They feel in their soul.
I got homeboys that act like that, so it's like, you just be like, all right, man, let that shit go, bro.
No, fuck that.
And I'll be that nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Fuck that. Nah,
you always, that's the word. You always like, all right,
man,
bro.
You always on her side. Dick, man. I'm trying.
Nah, see, I wouldn't do all that. I'd be like, hey, man, that's how you feel. I'm not going to let this shit go right now.
Oh, for real? You not the guy that you not going to let some shit go? You go.
I mean, because like, I guess I hold it on longer than other people would. Because if I hear somebody tell me I should let it go,
but if somebody apologizes to you,
it's easy for them to let it go.
If they apologize to you, still like you be like it's cool, but it really ain't cool then until you feel like yo.
Sometimes it's like that. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, because some people like, well, all right, man, I'm sorry if that's gonna help you, move forward.
Yeah,
you gotta say it like that. Well, that ain't helping, my dog. Like, that ain't helping though.
Still bad.
It's like I take that, but I ain't good. Like
you got that weird space. Nah, you right. There's definitely people like that. Yeah, I gotta.
A funny one was "Call me back," but it was all in caps, so he was yelling, and he put the little yelling face.
Dang.
Call me back. Well, he put call, but he talking about call me back. That shit was funny as fuck. Someone said, "Be more patient and supportive of our sacrifices or efforts."
Yeah,
that's pretty deep.
Dating a podcaster ain't easy.
Shit, this somebody with like, you know what? And this is a beef that I have. Like, I feel like
sacrifices.
Somebody correct. We live in an era right now, and I really want to be like really PC about it, but then
fuck that.
Nah.
It's probably because you're here.
Nah.
But
didn't we already establish this in the beginning?
Yeah, we did. We good. I'm gonna go ahead and fly. It's cool.
Let it fly.
But I feel like for a long time we have lived in like this patriarchal like society where men are supposed to go out and do a bunch of things. And I come from a background where I was like, yo, I want my girl to go out and like have her own little thing too, though. Like have your own friends, go join a club. Like, you know what I mean? We can hang out, do shit together, whatever. But, some days I don't feel like being bothered. You know what I mean?
You like join a club, but not the club. I don't want you there every weekend. I want you to join a club.
I said join the club, not go to the club.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, go do like a wine sip and paint some shit like that. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like a lot of women will really get comfortable being underneath somebody. And then when you get comfortable and you start letting go of your aspirations and your dreams and shit like that, if shit don't pan out, then you back to square one, and then you start blaming that person. Like, yo, I wasted 4 or 5 years waiting on the ring or waiting on this. You know what I mean? That's why I like strong women such as yourself, such a star. Like, yo, if I ain't married right now, fuck it, I'm gonna still be living my best life. I'm gonna go do what I need to do or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, do that. Like, you know what I mean? Don't be sitting up here waiting on dudes to do shit, man.
And it's crazy. Like, I'm fortunate to have a lady like that where she doing her own thing. Yeah. But at the same time, when it's time for me, where I'm like, because I'm not gonna wait till she's doing something to go do my thing. Mm-hmm. I let shit happen organically. So when I'm actually trying to do my own things, that's when she's like, "Come on and let's," I'm like, "Fuck, I was trying to go do this."
Nah, that's real. No, you're right. Because even like when I like something small as like watching TV, like I watch The Punisher all fucking weekend. That shit. And like she was like, "Oh, I just want to watch out, man. I'm trying to watch Frank Castle real quick. Man, just give me like 3 hours. That's all I need to myself.
Like 3 hours.
I'm trying to finish this in one shot.
That's eternity to some women.
Babe, I'm down 3 episodes in this season.
Man, I gotta watch that, man.
And I play PS4 or Xbox, and the homies on the group chats be like, "Man, ain't heard from you in a minute."
It do be like that. It do, man.
But it's funny because what you're saying, because obviously, what's the term you said? I'm an
anomaly.
I can't pronounce that shit. But so my second boyfriend, he was the one that was always like all up under me, and like when I wanted to hang out with my girls, like he'll hang out like, "Oh, where are you guys going? Oh, we're gonna go to the mall. Okay, I'll come with you. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go to the club. Oh yeah, let me go." And I'm just, and it wasn't because he didn't trust me. Like he just really enjoyed hanging out with me and my friends. And I'm just like, yo, like, and one day I got so fed up. I said, "Look, I'm gonna need you to go hang out with your boys. Who are they? I don't even know, because you too busy hanging out with me and my boys. Me and my girls. So
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh shit.
Back then I only
that's a little Freudian slip right there. I like that.
I always hung out with females, but it was just kind of like, I was just like, damn, like I want to, like, I enjoy hanging out with you. I enjoy it, but sometimes I'm gonna need to have my girl time, just like I want you to have your guy time,
Male bonding is very important, especially for your testosterone.
Did he have any ambition though?
He was a dancer. Like he used to dance, kind of like what you used to do, Mark.
Oh yeah.
And he can sing. But he wasn't like like we were young. We was only like 18. Like so he didn't really have like
it all
ambitions
together.
and that. Yeah. So
I
mean, because like I, looking, because like I would, I've been the type of guy that always wanted to do everything with my girl, but learning at
even
the same
if she's
time,
with just all her girls and you're the only guy.
like see, like where that's where it cut off.
Right.
Like like I'm at the house, probably be like, man, I would want to go out, but I'm not finna go out with y'all. Like, nah, I'm not finna invite myself. Nah, that's hell no. I'm not finna do all that.
Right.
Can I go with y'all?
I'm
good.
I'm
good. Like if it was like a mixed group,
Yeah.
not just females in there, then I'd be like, okay, I would be down to go.
Yeah.
Probably still wouldn't invite myself though. Probably still wouldn't do it, but like that'll be the only thing that'll change up the dynamic of it.
Or I'll be like, oh, let's do this, and he'll be like, oh, you guys could come over here. So sometimes I'll bring my girls there, and we would dance. Like he would teach us like choreography and shit. We did Mario, Let Me Love You.
Oh my God.
But I was just like, I thought that was weird, especially at that age.
Do you live with your girl?
Nah.
Okay. I feel like, cause like once y'all.
Do you live with yours?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And the dynamic changes a little bit though too, though, just cause like you see them all the time, so it's like, damn, let's take a break. You know what I mean? Go find
I mean, I will say I do see her all the time. Like I live with her.
Yeah.
Like I'm over there where she's at a lot.
And I live
I'm
around
dead
the
Hey,
every
but
corner
day.
from my
I was
girl.
that dude that thought it was bullshit when they be like, oh, it's different when they get there, because it's like, nah, when she's mad, like really mad,
Yeah.
because it take a lot, because I tell jokes all the time and stuff like that, so sometimes I be trying to lighten up the mood. That's my downfall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, when she's really, really mad, I'm not sleeping on the couch. Probably won't let me sleep on the couch. So we got to talk it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not gonna be just two mad motherfuckers just like, all right, well, we're not about to talk about this. She want to watch Love and Hip Hop, and I want to watch, whatever it is, and that just adds fuel to it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. Like I just feel like when you have something outside of yourself as a person, whether it's a man or a woman, you know what I mean? Go out
Like
and
have another man or woman outside? No.
nah, nothing like that. Nothing like that. I couldn't even share that. I don't know. Some brothers like that, man. I'm like, nah, listen, that's me. Y'all focusing too much on each other. I had a homie that had that shit happen to her. That's just wild. I'll tell that story later on or something.
All right.
But I think like the biggest thing is like, like if you're somebody that's adventurous or something like that in your relationship, or if you want to learn something new, go do it. You know what I mean? Because then you can bring those things back to your relationship.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look what I experienced. So that's why I thought it was kind of odd of you saying like, I was like, oh, you don't have any like other outside ambition of doing anything, not necessarily like in terms of success, but just something that interests him that he could bring back to you, and you can be like, oh, that's a dope ass experience, and maybe we can even go do it together later on.
Yeah.
You know
because
what I
I was
mean?
gonna say that it may be tweaked for him, because maybe he's like waiting to do it with her, like to experience it together or
Right.
some shit like that,
Yeah.
Whereas like it's more healthy to do it that way,
Right.
Yeah.
on your own.
You need that individualism though.
Yes, definitely.
You need your
You don't want to become
individuality.
too dependent upon each other.
Oh,
in that
codependency.
sense. Yeah.
Oh, that is
It's
terrible.
sickening. It is sickening.
It is terrible.
And some people make financial moves that get themselves into that type of space, and it's like, yo, we no longer life partners. We damn near roommates. You know what I mean? Not saying that's me, but I mean that happens to people.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh yeah, that's facts, man. I went through that in my past relationship.
Yeah.
So,
What you call it? The next one, let's see. I'll just start naming some. You just could agree. If it speaks to you, then you guys can speak more.
all right.
But listen more, speak less. Love more, less nagging. I don't know if this is pray and listen. You got the little.
Which one? I can't.
The emoji one.
Oh yeah.
The praying hands.
Yeah. Be more honest. And with that, I responded though. I said sometimes guys be hella sensitive though.
Yeah, because you give her the brutal honesty.
No, she's talking about us being sensitive though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like if she
yeah.
gives that brutal honesty,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
because the male ego is fragile.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
keep it
Yeah.
$100.
Hell
man.
yeah,
It's-
but this is my thing. If the nigga asks for it,
Then yeah.
Dish it out.
dish it out.
That,
Yeah.
Yes, but sometimes you might say it, but that's not what you really mean. Especially if you really
Nah,
know your
look.
partner.
Y'all
If
be
you
having
really
the upper
know
hand though,
your
because we start
partner-
thinking about that shit. When y'all
Yeah.
say something, like maybe I do need to change that.
Nah, because look, if he asks and you hesitate, that's already like nigga gonna be thinking about it late at night.
Or she
Damn,
give you,
man,
or
But
she
we're
ain't
doing it
answer
for
right
your
away.
own benefit.
or she gives you that final
or at
warning.
least we think.
Like you ask and she be like, "Oh, you want to go there?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I'm mad because his stare was on point.
Right,
You want to
right.
go there? Like I'm waiting. Like,
Yeah.
You want to go there?
He didn't got
And
that a few
that's why-
times.
And that's why I said when we do, sometimes it's for your own benefit.
And you
At
think
least
in the
that's
back
what
of your
we-
mind, you're like, "Shit, should I?"
And like the crazy thing about that is though, in my experience, it's like, okay, yeah, you could hurt my feelings, but you want the same answers?
Oh no, if you do that, trust me,
You're
you're
you
gonna be a
talking
monster.
you
You're
talking-
gonna be a monster, bro.
You
If
talking
you-
like I'm you know, well, you can be sensitive. Well, what about you? What if I give you an answer that you don't want?
yo, like,
I don't think people in relationships take criticism well. Period.
yeah,
On both
That's
sides.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Women definitely don't like to be criticized, and a man's pride. Well, shit, it's both ways. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You can't have, like you
Look,
said, you can't have pride and keep
Do
tallying.
you
in a
think
relationship.
I'm getting fat?
Hey,
If she asks you that.
I'm different. I
Is
already
that a
told
question?
you guys my
He said
Is that
some
a
shit the
question?
other day that had me dying. I think he said, "You asked me that for a reason, so you know the answer." Like,
That's stupid.
he said, right when you said that, I thought about that. He a good con artist and like flipping words. He really good at that.
the
Yeah.
semantics.
That motherfucker's a
Words
con
of-
artist.
But this is what I'm saying. That's how I just said that, because that's a question you asked before that you actually was okay with.
Yes.
Some guys is okay with these questions they be asking because they understand. Like it could be like an understanding. Like, well, you know, real recognize real. This is just how it is. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I know I'm not this, or I know I'm not gonna be the best at this, or whatever. So if I'm asking, it could be because I'm well secure in my shit. Like, or what you saying? Like maybe he'll get like. You know,
I'm gonna have to
get
bring
drawn
this,
back.
I gotta bring this nigga back down to earth
and make that anime sound. Oh, like,
Oh
yo,
yeah, like a Dragon Ball, like a Dragon Ball when he finds out how powerful his opponent really is after like fucking 45 minutes of bluffing for 2 episodes.
Man, that's why I hated Dragon Ball Z. Man, they always had next week. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna even be here next week.
But that guy, he responded back to me talking about sensitivity, and he said, any guy would take a brutally honest girl over a girl who lies any day of the week. Having said that, yeah, sometimes a lady's tongue will cut deep.
Oh yeah.
And I just said, but sometimes it's something that's so minor and a guy will shut down. An insecure guy is going to be just that, insecure. So sometimes we got to dance around a bit.
I don't know. I don't know if to have that
It's
mentality.
not for everybody, but
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people,
To have that
like
mentality
I said,
specifically for guys. I don't know.
no, I said some guys.
Yeah, specifically for some guys. Like, well, you know, kind of got to look at yourself too. So,
Yeah. Self-actualization.
like, I think that's just a real thing. Period. Like for everybody.
Yeah. Well, of course, but I'm not going to be talking to no female, so of course I'm going to say that about a dude.
I'm talking about you taking answer from him. You know, that might make you feel away.
I mean, I may feel away, but I'm more appreciative that it was said instead of it not coming to light.
Yeah, I'm just speaking like, you know, just in
Yeah.
general. Just in general, like a girl may hear something to have her shut down and all that shit. It ain't just no dudes.
I know. Okay. And then so the next one said, give more. I didn't really. Oh, this one was funny. It said, give more ... of the letters after A and I after marriage. Basically, BJ, blowjob. I don't know. And nobody here married, so I mean, I guess you guys can't
I know
really
a lot. That's
say.
not a myth. I know a lot of married men, and when you start having kids, that changed everything up too.
That's why I said, do women really get lazy after y'all tie the knot? And then the guy was like, yep, no need to worry when you got the sausage distributor on call.
What?
Wait a minute.
He was
Hey,
saying
yo.
basically, he's saying
What?
like some females, like because it's in-house dick pretty much, you guys are already married, you don't need to, you feel that you don't need to do it all the time because it's there. He's speaking for about females though. I don't know.
So the meat.
So he's the sausage distributor.
Yes.
Depreciates in
Because I was about
value
to say,
once he signs an agreement.
He sounded like he had a sausage distributor
No.
on
Damn it,
call.
this-
You get locked in like that sometimes.
That's what I'm
man.
saying. That's why a lot of millennials, especially our age, and the birth of the MGTOW movement and all that shit, they're telling you like, yo, marriage is a bad contract.
A lot of people
And-
aren't getting married right now, though. I think
You said aren't.
like millennials
yeah.
aren't. There's a lot of them not, but I think that's a combination of just like
finances.
yeah, finances and not being where you want to be. We do live in some dangerous ass times right now.
Yeah.
By the time we get old and Social Security is all dried up and shit like that, man, a lot of us gonna still be working until we hit our deathbed. It's crazy.
That's scary.
More was
Deep as shit.
more was be appreciative. Someone said more self-sufficient, less entitled, know what they want from a man. Someone said mind their own damn business.
That sounds like a nigga with side chicks.
Yeah, he
That
up to
sounds
something.
about
That sound
right.
like he got a roster.
Someone
Who was that? Don't
don't ask no questions. Someone said get deeper into self-healing, and I think that goes for both. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then someone said clean. This one was funny. Clean their cars. And he said it could be just my wife
That's
though,
the best one
and
yet.
my female friends.
That's the best one.
Put them
yeah.
all on
Clean their
blast.
cars. Clean the inside. I don't want to see no French fries on the
Yeah.
bottom of your fucking seat.
Nah, I think they just be having tissue everywhere, man. just wiping off makeup and stuff and like all that concealer
It's
stuff.
like, why are
Empty
you-
bottles of what water?
They take
Gatorade,
like a
some shit.
handful of napkins from Taco Bell. Like, God damn. What you-
Hey,
I mean, I do
too,
that. I
but
do that.
but they're in my
I'm
glove
not gonna
and
compartment
the sausage
though.
and the sauce packages in the bottom too.
Yeah,
Like, what are you
man.
saving
Not
it
that.
for?
Nah,
But the
nah.
napkins I leave in my glove compartment. It's
Yeah.
not just out and about.
No, I've seen some out and about.
Well, I'm talking about me personally.
Yeah.
Someone said learn how to be strong and independent while remaining feminine and nurturing. I can't even talk.
He might just have to meet
Nurturing?
somebody like
Nurturing?
that.
Nurturing. Yes. You said he need to do it.
He might just have to meet somebody that's that way or something.
You know, but as you sitting here going down this list, man, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, that's men. We're being a little harsh right there because I think like a lot of it comes from a lot of us living in like single parent households, and it's not an issue, but just not knowing what it looks like to like have a teen. That's why we looked at Bill Cosby so great, because it was a black family that worked together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like we're sitting up here and we're isolating women and or we isolate men, and it's like, listen, like we come from a background of not really being together. They used to separate us, sell us off, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then you couple that with a lot of things. I do a lot of reading and stuff like that, man. It's like for the first time ever, we're getting to an era where we're starting to see more black families together, you know what I mean, and what it looks like for them to have kids and have support and stuff with the social media and the way it looks. So it's like I get it. At the same time, we want all these out of the all these things out of women, but what happens if they haven't never been taught that? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Anything else, Nessa? 'Cause I know.
Yeah, literally just a couple more. Be my peace, and then I'm assuming this is kind of like what you say. Use logic. Vice emotions, and then the last one was cook. It's rare nowadays.
Facts.
Ooh. Ouch. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna need you to cook.
I'm gonna need you to cook more. No, I mean, and that one I thought was funny because I could, just women like wanting to, let's go out to eat, let's go out to get dinner. Because I know I like.
Like, look, girl,
I like
the way
to
my
eat,
bank account is
so-
set up,
But my
we're
thing
gonna
is,
make some sandwiches.
my thing is, I personally don't mind. Like, we don't have to go out to eat all the time. I just want to eat. But with that being said, that's me wanting him to cook for me.
He's really cracking up. He felt that
Fucking
one.
sandwiches.
Fucking sandwiches is like fuck. Nigga, like gotta make some more like tasteless ass sandwiches.
Hey, I never said that.
Okay,
Had to be tasteless.
let me ask you this.
He making
What
county
if-
sandwiches like you
Gourmet sandwiches.
Let me ask you this. What if she wants to cook for you, but the bitch can't cook? And she's so is this would you guys look at it as okay, well at least she's trying to learn, or y'all just like
Just
you know
gotta have to
what?
coach her. just culture, you know.
I'd be in the kitchen
Slide,
with her.
you
Like,
know,
let's
be
do
in the
this.
kitchen with her. Slide in, like let's watch Food Network. You know, let's see how this works. You know what I mean? Let's watch a YouTube
I'd keep
video.
some like seasoning on deck, like you know, next to my plate.
Walk around with Lowry's in your back pocket.
Straight up, you already know.
Oh man, that's funny. That shit remind me of Undercover Brother when he had that hot sauce watch and he scored
The Louisiana hot sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Need that Louisiana.
Hey, honestly, I feel like the different hot sauce depends on what food you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
real.
Some
Real.
hot
Yeah,
sauce don't taste good on
Thanksgiving,
everything.
yeah, Louisiana hot sauce all the
Yeah,
way.
you're not putting Tapatio in your greens.
Nah,
Yeah, put Tapatio.
That's a true definition of Blaxican right there. You put Tapatio on your greens, you are an official Blaxican.
mix. Oh man,
That's funny.
I got a cousin that puts syrup on fish.
Yeah, that's different.
That's a
That-
wild
that-
combo.
that is.
That's a wild combo.
fried fish or grilled fish?
Fried fish.
It don't matter.
She
On
put-
I
fish.
mean,
Yo.
I mean, chicken and waffles.
There's
so
always,
like
there's
fried
always
fish
one.
is, you know.
There's always one.
They might be on to something like, man, fish is syrup.
Nah, she
Like a
said only
restaurant.
one. Every time they cook fish, they got her own personal
Like-
bottle.
Like,
That sounds
Instead
like
of chicken and waffles, is fish and French toast.
that. That sound like some
That's what-
pregnancy
Hey man,
type
hey,
craving.
you giving away all the goods, bro. You might be able to open up a store later on.
I know, right?
That sounds like some pregnancy cravings.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
a
it'll
lot.
work.
Now-
I have a whole line
now
of
let me
pregnant
shut up.
women.
Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Let me shut the fuck up.
Nah, don't shut the fuck up. Let's
No,
hear it.
no, because this could be lucrative.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
Shut
that
the
bite.
fuck up then.
D?
So yeah, just to wrap that up, I guess, ladies, for those of y'all that are listening, not saying you guys gotta do all this, but I guess guys would like for us to put into put some of these suggestions into consideration. I'm a very understanding person. I like to listen, but I feel like it goes both ways. So after doing this, I would love to hear what women want from men. And I know guys they want everything. You guys already pretty much said that earlier.
Should let them go
But-
first.
Well, because we always got ladies first, you know.
Yeah, like
But you guys would, not you guys in
Yeah.
particular, but some men would have like tore it up, and they wouldn't even see how it says men only. It would say women only, but guys would have been on that shit. I already know.
Well, maybe grown folks can make it a word on the street segment on about this.
We could. Yeah, we could. Yeah, I got to talk to
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the petty shit to come in. That's my problem. Like, just have them go first. Get the petty shit out the way. And then,
Right. I guess, that was about it. Nessa? Okay, we're just gonna go through these quick little topics because we've been here for a minute. Protect Big Soldier at all costs. How you feel about soldiers having the comeback of 2018?
King Draco.
2018?
King Draco.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, last year. The big comeback last year.
Marketing, strategic marketing on his part.
I think there's a selling point in acting a fool though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He gets us talking
absolutely.
about it. You know what I mean?
People love ignorance.
So even if he didn't have the biggest comeback, he's got to come back right now. Everybody's
Right.
walking around doing
Yeah.
the voice. Come back. You know, everybody.
Tiger.
Yeah.
Drake. Yes, he going after light skinned dude. See, I see what you're doing, soldier. I see what you're doing, soldier.
Oh, he did that to Adrian too over the weekend. He's like, "Hey, Brownie, call me Pacquiao." Like,
Yeah, he riding that till the wheels fall off. All right, if everyone seen the Gillette commercial about attacking toxic masculinity? Boys will be boys.
Yeah, just right now.
She would tell Gillette to shut the fuck up and sell razors and not try to be more
like
police.
I didn't get to see it fully. So what?
So basically, it's just like you see like little kids wrestling and stuff, and in the barbecue, and they break it up, or someone's getting bullied, or you know, stop saying the excuse, boys will be boys, and the whole Me Too movement. I'm like, I understand, like, let boys be boys, but let them teach them to learn how to be dignified gentlemen, because I think, in essence, like, we do need that. Like, I mean, back in my day, I don't think they could call it toxic all they want, homie. Like, the big homies were always been entertained by seeing the little boys fight each other. They're like, they get in the little boxing gloves, like, yeah, watch the little boys box. You know, just learn how to swing them things, learn how to shoot it from the shoulders, or learn how to wrestle with each other and stuff like that. That's like damn near a rite of passage. It may sound barbaric, but sometimes as men, we do barbaric shit. We like to watch boxing. We like to watch football. We like to watch hockey. Like, that shit excites us. You know, but like I said, let's just find the balance. Let's find the balance. That's all I'm
I
saying.
agree.
you know. Anything on the Gillette commercial?
I missed it.
Oh, okay, no problem. Here's a funny one. Chris Hansen has been arrested for writing bad checks.
Oh, that's okay. I thought you was gonna say for like messing with little girls. I was like, dog, you been doing this. That's crazy. You said that. I be watching that shit, like How to Catch a Predator and stuff.
I had to catch a scammer. That's what happened to him.
Right.
He was writing bad checks.
He's not as bad as that dude from Fire.
Was that?
What's that dude's name?
Oh,
from
Firefest?
Billy McFarlane or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I'm actually watching the documentary on that.
Okay,
on
so I won't shed too much on it.
Yeah, I want to finish that up. but yeah, Chris Hansen, he was writing bad checks for promotional items. As funny as that may seem, because us being indie podcasters, we know how it costs money to get your name out there and brand awareness. Yeah. This motherfucker out here writing 13 grand worth of bad checks, and they finally got him.
Damn. And I'm Chris Hansen, and that's paid by NBC.
Pretty much. And then last but not least, man, after Championship Sunday is over, the Patriots are advancing on to the Super Bowl again. They're facing the Rams, the very team that they beat for this whole reign to start. It's a rematch from 17 years ago. Last year, it was a rematch from 16 years ago, when the Eagles avenged their loss against the Patriots. Do you think the Rams will have the same fortune? Or Brady is going to collect all Infinity Stones and just become Thanos of the NFL?
He's got the most rings of all time?
As an individual? Nah, there's just another one who's tied for 5.
Oh, okay.
He had 3. I think he has 2 with the 49ers and 3 with the Cowboys.
Oh, so then the way that they would frame it is like he's got the most with one team.
Yeah.
I don't like. I'm a Charger fan. I don't
they
like
beat
Brady.
the shit out of you guys.
But I mean, you got to recognize greatness, and he will go down. I don't think there will ever be another quarterback like him. The way that the league is set up, and then you got to Bill Belichick. I mean, fuck, man, Gronkowski's not that great. You know what I mean? And their defense is suspect, and they still pulling out wins. Kansas City's D is suspect too.
Oh, that's it. Started and ended with their suspect defense, and Andy Reid is not the best playoff coach, so.
I'm just gonna shut the fuck on up.
Nah, he good.
Oh yeah, she's just mad because they left San Diego.
No, I was talking about the game from yesterday. We ain't talking about no Chargers right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all know how I feel about Super Bowl. That's why I'm just.
Oh, it's rigged.
Yes,
it's fixed.
Yes.
Like the referees did the Bird Box challenge on that. On that pass interference.
Yeah,
the New Orleans game.
I finally seen it this morning because I remember I was on the golf course and I was like, "Oh, that shit's bad. That's really bad."
That was a blatant ass. And there was one referee who saw the whole thing. He was like, "Nope,
You're right.
You ain't getting me. Blindfold still on, nigga. Nope, I ain't throwing no flag."
Anybody got predictions just in case? I got time.
Oh shit. I got. Fuck it. Do you know what? People might say I sound crazy when I say this, but I'm only saying this to spite Steelers fans. I want the Patriots to win. I want them to win so the Steelers fans could shut the fuck up about having 6 rings, because then all of a sudden a lot of people come back and tell Steelers fans like, look, y'all had 6 rings in a span of 50 years. These motherfuckers did it in 20.
Yeah.
With one coach and one quarterback in one era. Think about that.
He's the greatest.
That's the GOAT. And bitter 49ers fans, yes, he's better than Joe Montana.
Easily.
Sorry, he's better than Joe Montana.
Easily.
If he wins this one, he's definitely better than Joe Montana. Yeah, Joe Montana went 5-0. That's great. But have you been there?
That's that LeBron James argument.
Yeah, have you been there as many times as he had? Of course you're going to have some shit slip through the cracks. And Nick Foles and Manning twice. Oh, he went 4. I'm sorry. 49ers had 5. Oh, so he, Brady. If Brady went that 6th one, oh yeah, he's better than Joe Montana.
He's that guy. Who you got?
Not a damn person.
Oh, okay. You watching the halftime show?
Nope.
Oh, Gladys Knight about to sing the sing.
Wait, Gladys is doing it?
She's singing the national anthem.
Come on, man.
And then Travis Scott.
What if she just pulled the okie doke and just did it while she was kneeling for the culture? She's like, oh, sir, got y'all niggas, and I still want my check, too.
They're going to send her right back to the convalescent home.
Get that bitch out of here.
Who you got? You go watch
Go
it?
get her a wheelchair. I'm going to go for the Rams.
You going for the Rams, L.A.?
That's the culturally appropriate team to go for.
Yeah, I guess I'm like the oddball.
I naturally go for the underdog because
Yeah.
the Patriots always is looking like the
I just feel like they're going to find a scheme to get that kid, man. He's 2 years in the league, you know what I mean? And this being his best year, and he kind of slumped in the middle, they find a way, I don't think he's better than Mahomes either. So it's like, Mahomes gave it all he got.
That defense didn't, though.
I ain't fucking with that game. I don't even want to talk about that game.
It's all good.
It's okay,
it's
Nessa.
all good. We good. We ain't going to get her mad.
No, I'm just saying they went from like a 13-point deficit and then fucking came back, ended up winning by 4. Motherfuckers gave them 2 minutes. Why the fuck would you give him 2 minutes? You know what the fuck he can do in 2 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, motherfucking Gronk ass, 9 foot tall and shit. You want to take him 1-on-1? Like, I'm just like,
to Eric Berry's defense, he's been very locked down on Gronk.
But that's why I'm saying, like, it went from, oh, we tough, we getting it, like, you know, to all of a sudden they was giving too much space.
The backbreaker for me, and I think a lot of people could agree with this one, D Ford. I mean, D Ford lined up on the neutral zone.
You can't control that, though. Because you look at all the other plays, they were still driving the whole time. That was a one play.
But that interception, though, that would have turned the ball over. And that would have been a momentum shifter. You know what I mean? Sometimes football is about momentum shift.
But they would have blown the whistle. You remember they've been blowing the whistle dead all year long. So if they blew the whistle dead, he still would have just been offsides and they still would have drove it.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is, like she said, you left him 2 minutes. You got to start doing some like wild shit, like
throwing blitzes.
Not even that. Neil, make him use his timeouts.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like do something odd. You know what I mean?
Julian Edelman was killing him on 3rd down
with the same play.
With the same exact play.
Chris Hogan too.
Dude. I will lose. Look, I mean, Andy Reid didn't have any hair. I will be pulling the hair from my mustache, losing my fucking mind.
Yeah, he's bald.
Yeah, I think so.
I've never seen one without his hat. Now that you said that,
I assume that he's bald.
I'm about to Google that later. Andy
Reid bald.
My Google search is wild.
Marco, I wouldn't pull from my. If that's the only hair on my that I have,
dude,
I
but
pull
that
my
shit
pews before that.
Oh my God.
My hands in my pants.
You be going fucking nuts. Yo, it was a crazy funny thing. I didn't know Sean McVay he hired someone just to pull him away from his officials. There's a video of a person who's like paid to like pull him out of the way from officials when they're running down the field, because Sean McVay has a tendency to walk closer and closer to the field when he gets into the game. So you gotta have someone like, hey,
pull him away.
Pull him away.
There wasn't no flags, man. 15 would get you.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy job when you do that. Like, and you paying me how much? Okay, sign me up. I'll be Rams.
Give me a hat.
Give me a hat.
Team equipment shirt.
Yeah, I'll be there.
LeBron James comes back this week, doesn't he?
Oh, I believe so.
Okay.
They have the playoffs though, so
It's the first time
James.
That's what I was saying. That's
I'm
the
not
first
even
time
I'm not even a Lakers fan,
he's
but
injured with a suit on and shit.
Yo, but when the Lakers lost to the Cavs, oh my God, my Twitter was so fucking funny. Niggas wanted
Shout
to
out
trade.
to the Bulls for spanking them tonight. So.
Yo, the Laker fans wanted to trade the whole team.
Get rid of them.
They were like, get rid of everybody.
They booed them out of the arena.
Like, you lose to the fucking Cavs? Get the fuck out of here.
Do they have more than 5 wins right now?
Oh, the Cavs?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
Nobody knows. Nobody even. The
Tristan
Cavs don't even know.
They lost
the
tonight.
Cavs don't even know.
They lost tonight.
Tristan Thompson like, you know what? I'm gonna win one in LA.
How many wins we got today? That's what we got. How many wins? Shit, I think we got 4.
4.5?
JR like this.
I thought we was up.
JR with the Henny bottle like, fuck this.
Oh man,
I'm surprised he haven't been endorsed by Hennessy.
him and Ron Artest, that nigga used to drink between at halftime. He was a gangster, man. It's like, yeah, I just took a shot of Henny. I was like, what's wrong with this dude?
What's wrong?
Shit,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
But yeah, that's fun, man. Got a little sports take, you know. Oh, the Pacquiao fight. Anybody watch that?
No.
I didn't want to pay for it. I'm tired of Browner.
Man, I was watching it on a live stream, literally on Twitter. Why pay for that fight?
So how did it play out? I mean, I know who. We know the result, but
it's same Broner fashion. He will sell you wolf tickets. When it comes down to get down, he's throwing one punch around, and you know, like Manny Pacquiao's a volume puncher, so it's just like he was the busier fighter, and Broner got popped like good 2 times. Broner got a good chin though. I'll give him that. He has a good chin. But he got popped a couple of times.
10 years ago, Pacquiao probably would have laid him out. Though.
Oh, that was 09 roided up Pacquiao? Yeah. Adrian Broner would have been put to sleep. Like, he would have been Marcos Maidana before Marcos Maidana, like, easily.
yeah.
He be killing me. I do this for the hood. I'm like, man, don't do that.
Don't do it. For
He was like, the hood. I beat that boy.
Cincinnati, stand up. No, sit down.
No. Don't say Cincinnati. Them Bengals are looking mad terrible. Don't add any more fucking misery to the city of Cincinnati.
Man.
I be hate seeing that shit. I be like, man, he out here giving us a bad look. We don't be looking like that, man. We trying to get out the hood.
Right.
He was like, I'm all for gentrification.
Oh hell no!
No, I'm just saying that.
Oh, okay.
shit like that will make you say something like that. Like,
Oh
shit.
my.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
Sorry, he just texted me right now. He said, I'm good. He said, I'm good on the ride. He picking me up.
Update.
She ain't happy about it. Look at her face.
No, I'm okay.
She's
I'm
like,
okay with it.
she good. She got her draw 4 getting ready.
So you're not gonna see it. So you're not gonna see him tonight then.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, man, we'll go ahead and wrap this up with a little shout outs, parting words, promote yourself. We're gonna start off with a guy, M-Eezi.
Shout outs to Dashe.
It sounds so weird, like you actually say it.
Now he's revealing the name,
AKA
Right.
Monica. So people can put that together, I guess. Yeah, that's my lady. So shout outs to you.
All right, Ms. Nessa.
I forgot to shout it out last week, but Dashe as well. Well, did I say it? I don't know if
Every
I did.
Woman event?
About the
No.
no, I didn't go to the Every Woman event. But the vision board. The vision board one.
the vision
I totally forgot about
I
it.
hate Mondays.
Yeah, so shout out to Keon, Sheena, and Dashe. That was a great event. I totally forgot. I don't know where the fuck my mind was.
Yeah, that was Divide
were
and
we
Conquer.
talking about?
Yeah, that was Divide and Conquer. You were there, and I was hanging out with them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think we were talking about R. Kelly last time.
yeah, we talked
I think
about.
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
that's why I forgot like everything else that happened, because I
PP
was
Man.
really focusing on like that. But anyway, so shout out to them. That was an amazing event. I'm excited. Okay, I don't think I could say it, so I'm not gonna say it. But just know that they have an event coming in March, and I'm really excited for that. Well, because they didn't announce it yet, so
Yeah.
She ain't trying
I'm
to
not
leak
gonna.
any news.
Yeah, I ain't.
Well, now y'all know there's an event coming.
No, but they
with a big question
announced
mark on it.
they announced that there was an event
To
in
be
March, but
announced.
they didn't say what it was. But I
Okay.
know what it
Okay.
is, so that's why I'm.
Okay,
So I can say that part, but
thought
not
you
that.
were announcing that there's an
Okay.
event.
Oh no.
But go ahead.
No, they announced it. And what's today? Oh, shout out to Trina McBracken
Wow,
from back in the
that
day.
is
Talk
a
about a 10-year challenge.
throwback. What a
Her
throwback.
birthday was I think on the 19th. So happy birthday to
Thought she was talking
her.
about Slip and Slide Records, Trina.
Oh, no. What else? Oh, and shout out to J. Cole. 1, 2, 3. I'm excited. 123. He's gonna
Count it up. Count it up.
All right.
I'm excited to see his new work. So I love me some J. Cole.
He got an album coming out
Well, he's
No, I think-
in the studio. I
Yeah.
think they're working
Yeah.
on something.
Mhm.
for 120 or for 2
Things like a
days.
Yeah,
collaborative.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I mean.
He has a song
it?
coming
It's
out
already
called
the
Middle Child.
I was already acting like today was Tuesday.
Oh.
Habit. Force a habit.
Yeah, the show will be out on Tuesday. We'll have it. Man, my shout out since it's MLK weekend. I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite people in the world, Aaron McGruder. He is known for creating the hit show The Boondocks, as well as the comic strip and everything back then. Yeah, man. This is a little homage. You know, he had the episode, Return of the King, which is one of my favorite episodes. And mind you, he got a Peabody Award for that episode. And I just want to go ahead and just play this little clip from it.
Excuse me, brothers and
Was this like the first episode?
Season 6. The 6th episode, season 1.
turn off.
Oh,
He
first
looked out
season.
on
Okay.
his people and saw they were in great need. So he did what all great leaders do. He told them the truth.
Will you ignorant niggas please? Shut the hell up.
He just said what I think he said.
Is this it? This is what I got all those ass whoopings for? I had a dream once It was a dream that little black boys and little black girls would drink from the river of prosperity, freed from the thirst of oppression. But lo and behold, some 4 decades later, what have I found but a bunch of trifling, shiftless, good-for-nothing niggas? And I know some of you don't want to hear me say that word. It's the ugliest word in the English language, but that's what I see now, niggas. And you don't want to be a nigga, because niggas are living contradictions. Niggas are full of unfulfilled ambitions. Niggas wax and wane. Niggas love to complain. Niggas love to hear themselves talk but hate to explain. Niggas love being another man's judge and jury. Niggas procrastinate until it's time to worry. Niggas love to be late. Niggas hate to hurry. Black entertainment television is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Usher, Michael Jackson is not a genre of music. Now I'd like to talk about soul playing.
Yeah, this is dated.
I've seen what's around the corner. I've seen what's over the horizon. And I promise you, you niggas have nothing to celebrate. And no, I won't get there with you. I'm going to Canada.
Oh, man. So, yeah, man. Shout out to Aaron McGruder. You were a genius. I wish he would have not sold the rights entirely to Sony, at least for the 3rd season. But, man, Aaron McGruder, hopefully, Aaron McGruder's going to be on the Jig Is Up. I got questions.
Speaking to an existence.
Yeah, man.
That shit's funny.
I got questions.
He talked about a lot of stuff that was like really, like when he said every street named Martin Luther King is probably the one unsafest place in like every city. I was like, he right.
Yeah.
Like, every Martin Luther King Boulevard is hood, man.
Yep.
The ones I've seen. It's crazy.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I forgot to shout out. Shout out to everybody that involuntarily participated in that, not knowing that I was going to be on the show because I didn't make a disclaimer. But shout out to the men and their responses, and shout out to you guys for responding as well. Shout out for you being on our show.
Appreciate it.
All right, and for our best for last, the guest for last, shout outs, parting words.
Yeah, shout out to our podcast. They'll kill me if I don't plug us. That's Grown Folks Business. That's BIZNESS. You can find us on all platforms. Keep it simple. Shout out to y'all for having me. You know what I mean? Like you said in the beginning, I think it is dope that we bridge the gap and at least try to support each other. So thank you for coming out to our our events and
absolutely.
We've been shooting shots at each other for a while now. On our platforms. And it's just good to get in here. It would be funny to see y'all everybody intermingle on different episodes and see how that. Because Star is politically correct for sure, so that'd be funny to see her in that.
It'll be a challenge for me.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it. I was like, man, even if you came, she'll still be PC. So if we send her here and put it right here in front, you got to open up a little bit. So that's real. So I appreciate y'all for having me.
And what's your social handles that everybody can find you guys?
Normal_ass Karl with a K. That's just how I do it on air too. But yeah, that's where you can find me at. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. That's Grown Folks Business. If you want to buy merchandise, help support us. It's grownfolksbusiness.bigcartel.com. And yeah.
All right, man. That's what's up, man. And before we go ahead, man, make sure you subscribe. If you've been listening to this episode, subscribe to our show as well. And, you can find us on all platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, but Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. And then also make sure you like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter, at Jig Is Up Pod on Instagram and Twitter. And then for extra content, because we're going to do it, and we're going to drop some extra dope content on our Patreon. So if you want to keep the lights on in the Jig Is Up podcast, we need you guys to support, because we're indie podcaster, and podcasting ain't easy. And just to give you guys a little insight on what we have up, we have our $2 package. It's called the Paperboy. And for the Paperboy, you will get like a little shout out. You'll get a And then you guys will get to listen to our candid conversation and our bloopers. Along with that, you guys will probably get some little extra blog posts on, how we feeling and all that stuff like that. And then for our journalists, the $5 package, you guys will also get, of course, you guys get the shout out and everything included with the Paperboy. But on top of that, you guys will get like the extra shows, like the discussions and the killing awkward questions coming back for Patreon. So that's going to get real ugly real soon. And if you want to put your hand on the episode, if you want to be the HJIC, at the head jigger in charge, that is the editor, and you'll be responsible what comes out to the press on the episode. So that will give you, the bloopers, the other conversations, along with that, a personal phone call from your favorite crew member. So you can select your favorite crew member to get a phone call and get a thank you like that, and then you get to choose a specific segment and topic that you want us to cover on exclusively on Patreon. So. One more thing, and you get to be a guest on the show. Yes. For $25, and that is a limited amount of 15 patrons for that. So, if you enjoy listening to this podcast as much as we love making it, because we do what we love and love what we do, and if you're not being your motherfucking self, you know what I gotta say. This
Jig is up,
and we out. Thank you for listening.